What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we are going to be giving away our 7-deal-a-month wholesaling real estate scaling system, aka the Bowl method. And really what we're going to do is share basically a $5,000 weekend mastermind. You can make it a course. You can do whatever you want. But honestly, this is about if I have to sit down $5,000 and really share with you how to do 7 deals a month on a scaling system, it's going to be awesome. Because guys, if you're watching this video right now and you think you have to do 7 deals a month, no. Like, the most important part you got to understand about scaling a system out is I'm going to show you in this video, and you too, right? How to go from doing 1 deal a month to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, like systematically, so you can scale it up for the best success possible. I'm telling you guys right now, the Bowl method will change you. It will help you out. And the best part about it, it eliminates the excuses, right?
Absolutely.
It drives me crazy when people make excuses. Oh, I can't do this. Where do I do this? So we're going to do it. We're excited today. So do us a big favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Comment below your questions. And what we're going to do today is really break it down. I'm excited. I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go. So there's one thing left to do.
Let's do it. Play it.
Let's get it. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Guys, I like when everyone gets up, gets excited, gets jacked up to learn wholesaling real estate, and that's honestly what we're doing.
The best part is when the people in the waiting room get
they get jacked up too.
And
it's
that
the
gets
best.
me jacked up, and then I forget about wholesaling. You guys don't want me dancing, I promise you.
But guys, it's amazing. So let's break this down. Let's really share the exact wholesaling real estate process of the Bowl method. So this is really our 7 deal a month Bowl method. Nice little thumbnail. You know, you were upset yesterday because I'm like, all right, sit down. We got to take a picture. We got to make a thumbnail. And you're like, what are you telling me to do? And we got the thumbnail. So looks good. Look happy. So this is the Bowl method. So without further ado, let's kind of share this, guys. We're pretending like you gave us $5,000 on a weekend seminar and we're teaching this. And you should pretend like you did that too, because if not, I'll just charge you it next time. And then you'll pretend like it's, guys, come on. This stuff's real. This stuff's legit. It drives me crazy when people get upset over free knowledge, but it's free. So let's break this down. This is the Bowl method. I've been talking about this method for a while, not a while, for a good amount, at least 6 months, because every single guru and their mom has made their own method. They gave an animal a name and they called it method after that. And then they made their little course. They charge you 5, 6, 7, 8 grand for it. So I was like, you know what? Why don't we do it? But let's give it out for free. I could probably make a ton of money charging 5. Don't you agree? You get at least 100 people today. Just go buy it. If we sold it for 5,000, it'd be easy. But let's just give it out for free. You know, I want to get the best info out, and we're calling it the Bowl method. So if you want to eliminate your excuses for success in wholesaling real estate, or you want to scale up, this is it. So let's share it. It's funny how every guru does their own little thing. That's it. So this is the Bowl method for wholesaling real estate. So we're going to share today our Bowl method system to scaling up your wholesaling real estate business to 7 deals per month. So let's break it down.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Wait, you didn't put the 10 to 15 standard number in there?
I know. I didn't do 10 to 15.
That's like everybody. I'm going to show you how to get 10 to 15 deals a month.
You probably got an
I haven't done 10 to 15 yet, but I'm going to teach you how to do it.
That's what I love it when the gurus do it. I haven't done 12 deals, but I'll teach you.
10 to 15.
It drives me crazy. But yeah. So guys, the first thing I would understand about this is literally a $5,000 course. Weekend mastermind, whatever you want, like whatever you want to call it, right? So the first thing you need to do, knowing that, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the least you can do. I would love to see it. Well, that's on Facebook.
Okay.
So guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Sorry, it's lightning and thundering outside. So sometimes when lightning and thunders, the power goes off for like a second. So if a power trips and the power goes off for a second, just know we'll be back on within like a minute.
But we keep going the whole time.
We don't keep.
I don't even know if there's a camera rolling.
Yeah, but that's it. So let's break this down. So the $5,000 course weekend mastermind. So since it's like that, act like it.
Do we take the credit cards first
No,
or
we
at the
don't
end?
take the credit cards, but just guys understand that like this is literally $5,000 worth of information. So I want you to do is act like it. Every single person in the comments will tell you, and it is true if you do ask them, the people that have spent $5,000 for a course and they go through the information in that course and then they go back here, they always comment and they always say it to my face and they always say it in the comments. Literally, Zach, you give better information than the ones that charge $5,000, $7,000, $8,000. I've been inside those $8,000 courses, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's legit. This is better than any of the paid guru stuff because I ain't a guru. Okay. Just act like it. Okay.
Some serious lightning.
Yeah. So act like it. So this is what we got here. This is a bowl. All right. So what is the bowl method? Why is it called the bowl method? So as you see there, that is a very scary sight if you're seeing that, up close. But that is basically like a raging bull, right? That is a bull. That is a charging bull running forward. And if you have ever seen an angry bull before, which unfortunately I have, those things, when their eyes get red, when their eyes get angry, there's no stopping that thing.
What do you mean you've seen them?
What do you mean?
You've seen raging bulls up
Yes.
close?
Remember when I was like 7 or 8, you took me to the rodeos?
You must be adopted.
Those things are scary. We went to Indian Town for that.
I did. I'm just not
Yeah.
like the biggest. I've
Yeah.
seen them on my plate, but I try to stay away
No,
from
we've
me.
seen some raging bulls
What do
before.
they say? You mess
get
with the
really-
bull, you get the horns?
Yeah. So just understand that, like, this is how these bulls work. Okay. Just FYI, like, when they get angry, they charge. And when a bull starts going in motion for a charge,
I agree.
does it stop?
No,
There's
goes to,
nothing
like,
that can stop it, right? And the funniest thing about bull riding, which I it's I don't know if anyone bull
you
riding
gotta
gonna
be
be
insane.
well,
to
they're
get on
gonna
a
well, they're
bull's
gonna be
back.
upset at me by saying this, but this is true. Who usually wins the bull riding? Does the guy always stand? No, they always lose.
The bull always
The
wins.
bull always wins.
Question is how much
You know
damage.
why? Because does the bull ever get tired on the bull riding? Oh, you know what? Whenever you win. No, it doesn't stop till you get off. That's the point of bull riding, okay? They don't stop. And they charge and take action. Once you release that gate on the bullfighting, sorry, not the bullfighting, the bull riding, they don't stop.
Yep.
Okay? So that is the point of the bull method, okay? They charge forward. They have 2 horns, which is better than 1. And you get double the horns. So why do you rather do a 2-horned animal or 1-horned animal, right? I chose the 2-horned animal because it's better. So yeah, the bulls charge and they're scary. Okay, so
And the difference with a bull, dude, they're actually agile.
they're agile.
They can jump, they can pivot, and they're not like with like a gator and some other. They can only charge straight forward. That's why if a gator's ever after you, want to zigzag.
Oh yeah,
I know this one personally.
I've never been in
being
that
in Florida.
situation, but yeah,
I have.
as someone that has dealt with
But
gators
with the
my
bull
entire life,
zigzagging, it ain't going to help you at all because they're a very smart, agile, athletic animal.
But what I'll tell you is all the animals, and I have my fair share of gators I saw yesterday, not a couple days ago. I was in Gainesville, but like, guys, the reason why we're calling it the bull method is because bulls charge, they don't stop, and they don't stop till they win. And the last part about it is they always win. Okay, if a bull's charging at you, it ain't gonna stop.
They ain't going extinct either.
And that thing is scary looking. That's what you guys charge forward, right? So just understand that, guys. You have to charge forward. You have to never quit, and you can never surrender. That is the point here. So that is it. That is the bull. That is the reason why we call it the bull method. So as you understand why we're doing it, we're going to talk about it.
It's
So
like eating a steak now.
not one of those bulls.
You eat the. They don't really eat. Do they eat the bull or not? I have no idea.
Yeah. So the bull method is going to teach you how to do 7 deals per month, up to. This method is kind of hard to do over 7, but it's very easy to get to multiple deals per month with the system. Again, guys, it is not for the faint of heart, but it does work. So let's explain the bull method, okay? FYI, guys, the bull method is 3 simple frameworks That's all it really is.
Mhm.
I can give you sexy like course names. It's my triple attack system, my triple threat action system. I call it whatever you want, but guys, it works. Okay. So this is the system, right? So basically, what we're gonna do is when you want to get to 7 deals per month of the bull method, you have to go from 1 deal a month consistently to 2 deals a month consistently, and then if you can, eventually add an extra deal per month consistently every single month if you can until you get to 7, right? That's the point, guys. We're not here to grow like insane leaps in like a week or a month because it honestly, it doesn't work like that. And a lot of people think that's the way. It doesn't really work, right? You have to grow slowly to a point, and that's how you get rich. You get rich. You can get rich quick, but you got to understand, like when you're growing on anything, especially a business, it can grow fast, but a lot of things like that, they usually die out, right? And you go too hard in the paint. So if you can grow fast but very slowly to a point,
Mhm.
it works well. So go from 1 deal per month to 7 deals per month. There's a lot of growing pains, and a lot of businesses in wholesaling actually don't survive that. Once you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, it's more sustainable. And that's what I've seen. A lot of these wholesaling businesses I've seen that crash and burn, they're always because they get too many employees, too many systems, they're over their head. And then the problem with those systems is when they go from 0 to 7 deals per month is they're one employee away from just imploding. And when you go slow, you don't have that problem. And when that one employee eventually goes and doing 7, you have the systems in place to go and do well. So that is the bull method here. So let's explain this, right? So let's give an example of a bull method, like eventually over time, right? January, right? You're doing 1 deal done that month. February, you're doing 2 deals a month. March, you're at 3 deals per month consistently. And then eventually get to August, you're pretty much at 7, right? It takes months. Like, guys, understand when it comes to scaling up a wholesaling operation, it doesn't go fast if you want to do it the right way. And every single person I know, they got consistent deals, but it can happen slowly to a point, right? Unless you can do something that's not good, but like it never ends up that way really well. So that is the bull method, right?
Yeah, so you have to build the consistency,
Yeah.
the discipline, and the actions, because you don't know right now. So by doing this, is once you build it, then it's consistent, and then you just keep adding on it to with volume, with more marketing and stuff like that, and that's how you get to 7. But keep in mind, most wholesalers, the ones that run out of the gate hard, and it's a great hustle, but it's just like a factory. Think about this: you can only make so many widgets in like a given day.
Yeah.
And if you overload the machine, it's going to break down on you. So like if you did 10 deals and you weren't prepared for it, you're running around doing the 10 deals, you're trying to do all the paperwork, everything. Guess what? You stop marketing. When you stop marketing, that 10 averages out to be like 2 or 3 a month because it wasn't consistent. So we're trying to give you a plan where you consistently can go. I find any wholesaler that suddenly explodes, they usually pay a big price for the next 3 to 6 months afterwards, because they never learn the disciplines to consistently put out that amount of deals every month.
And that's it. Like there's a reason why we say this stuff, guys. I'm telling you. So let's get in the frameworks, right? So this is the framework for the bull method, right? Framework 1, we're going to pull an hour a day, a list. We're going to spend an hour a day pulling a list. I don't care. You got no money, some money, whatever. I don't care, right? So pulling lists for a day. What could this be, right? This can be a couple things, right? Like we're pulling a list, right? And then on top of that, we are going to be pulling skip tracing for an hour. So truepeoplesearch.com it, do it online, all this stuff, right? The point of the bull method is you're pulling a list for an hour and then you're skip tracing for an hour. That's like, it's the coolest part about this is a lot of people think the bull method is like this thing, or it's like not for everyone. It's only for the people that are trying to scale. Like you could have $0 and do the bull method, right? And that's the point of it. Yeah, it drives me crazy, but like that's it. So what list to pull? You have government lists and you have paid lists, right? Those are the lists you pull. Freewholesaling.com. We're going to put that in the bottom right-hand corner right here. If you need more information about that, it's there, right? Obviously, all the information is there absolutely for free. Now, if you're paying for skip tracing, use an extra hour for pulling lists, right?
Yep.
Pretty simple, guys. This is a very simple framework, but it works. Here's the problem. A lot of people get caught up on that. Oh, I went to do my water shut off and they said no, so I just gave up. That's not going to fly, okay? That's not what a bull does. Guess what happens? You're the bull, and somebody's riding on you like a bull rider, right? You got to keep kicking. You got to keep kicking. And when you stop kicking, to get off, right? And so when they say no, you keep kicking. FOIA request. You keep going there and asking. You go to the city attorney, like you just keep going and you don't stop. That's why we call it like that. I don't call it that like that for my own health, right? It works, okay? It drives me crazy when people don't do it, but like that's framework number 1. So let's keep that all together inside, but that is framework number 1. Framework number 2. We're going to find the super hot fire lists. And there's a reason why I said that, super hot fire. For anyone under the age of 25, they know exactly what a super hot fire is.
Okay, I'm out then.
Super hot fire was a rap. He's not a rapper. He's a very funny YouTube from like 2006 or 2007.
He's got that meme.
Yes, he's from the meme. Yes.
Yes.
So we got to find the super hot fire list. Okay. First of all, he's not a rapper. Boom, bop, boop, pow. Whoa. Right. So we got to find the super hot fire list. All right. And if you want to get it, you can do it. I'm telling you, he's not a rapper. All right. Now, this is a meme. Everyone gets the meme. That's like
It's
under
super
25,
funny.
26. But it's hilarious video. Old video. But the reason I'm saying that is to be relevant. So when you think of the list you have to pull, you think of super hot fire. All right. You got to get the super hot fire lists. The lists that are on fire. The lists that are smoking. So how do you find these lists, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I find this? These are government lists, right? These are the water shutoffs, the code violations, the probates, like the liens. I go forever on it, but like I'm telling you, the trying for dollars, the reverse trying for dollars, guys. I'm telling you guys, these lists can go on and on forever. But you think of the super hot fire list, it's like everything I say at freewholesaling.com, those lists are going to do really well. So you have to understand that's how you find the lists. So we understand that we have the super hot fire lists for framework number 2. Now we understand that. So guess what? We're going to pull all the lists. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the duplicates on Excel and Google Sheets. What does that mean? Okay. What does that mean? Well, if I'm pulling a code violation list, right? So if I have a code violations and I pull that into the list, sets my code violation list, and then I made a master list, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I pull all of my probates. And then I have my probate section. And then I put the probates and the code violations together and say, oh, shoot, there's 4 duplicates on here. What does that mean? That means there's on 123 Main Street, there's a probate and a code violation. Whoa, that's some interesting stuff. Huh, right?
Yeah,
That's
the more pain points you can have, the better your odds to
it's
get
crazy.
a great deal.
But understand that, guys. Like once you find duplicates on those lists, there's a lot of money in there, right? There's a lot of money. So we're going to find the addresses that pop up more than once on the master list, right? That's why I'm telling you, pull all these different type of lists. This is theoretically, it used to be a really sexy term in wholesaling real estate, list stacking, right? It used to be the sexiest name in the world. Batch leads used to be batch lead stacker, right? It used to be the sexiest name in wholesaling when I was starting out, right? And honestly, like that's what technically we're doing. But like it's not sexy anymore. The gurus don't talk about it, but it still works, right?
It does.
And we did a lot of high equity, so like we kind of got away with it, like not doing it, but we did it at the same time. That's the funnest part. But like we're sort of doing that now, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So that's the point here. We are stacking the list up, and we're stacking what's working really well for our success in wholesaling. So just understand that, like that's framework number 2. Okay, example. We have a code violation that might be an arrest record on there. There might be a lien on top of a probate, a lien on top of a code violation, and a person that got arrested, and then a lien on top of that, guys. That's the point. We're looking for duplicates on here, and that's going to help lead you to the best success possible in wholesaling real estate, right?
Yep.
Now we got all that. We got this all together. What's the triple threat system? What's the framework number 3, right? This is the last framework for the bull method, right? Very simple, but what we're going to do is just market the leads with the triple threat system. And the point is there's 2 triple threats in sports, right? There's the triple option, which what does that mean, right? You can either go 1 of 3 ways, right? There's 3 options, right? That gets scary.
Do the wishbone.
Do the wishbone. And then in basketball,
football,
when you have the ball,
yeah,
you have a triple threat because you can shoot, right?
Drive to the hoop.
You can drive to the hoop. You can dribble. You can pass it. Like You're a triple threat. You don't know what's going on, right? Same thing with our marketing.
Or you could just fake foul like everyone else
Yeah.
does.
But like what we can do here is we're not just marketing from one strategy. We're acting like we're 3 wholesalers. And this is the coolest part, right? We are literally duplicating us into 3. So if everyone knows Naruto, when Naruto used to split into multiple people, but like they weren't real people, but they were like, and it was like you had 100 people fighting you. People get what I'm saying. I'm not crazy.
Lost.
I'm not crazy, but like,
am I in the right live stream?
Here's the thing. That's what you're doing. And what I mean by that is like, wouldn't it be cool to turn into if there's 3 Ricks, and then those three Ricks all controlled by you will literally do what you say. It's kind of cool, isn't it?
It's a dream.
So that's like having one Rick call the person, one Rick text a person, and then one Rick do something else to it. That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
And the point of that is it's like 3 separate wholesalers. So this is the same way if I had 3 employees, you call the person, I text. So Rick calls somebody, Zach texts somebody, and then maybe somebody puts a sticky note. John puts a sticky note on the door. That seller thinks 3 wholesalers contacted them. But guess what? We all work for the same company.
That's like McDonald's, Burger King, and Checkers.
Yeah. So when you decide you want to, it's kind of funny because like some people who drink soda are like, you know what? I don't want a Diet Coke today. I'm just going to have a Sprite. Yeah. And it's like Coke still makes money off of either way. That's the point of this system, right? And we have like multiple YouTube channels like that too, right? Because we got different content on each one. Mm-hmm. Like you're watching us either way. And it counts for our total subscribers. But like, that's the point. We're like Naruto. We're splitting into multiple things. You know, we're not, it's just fun. You know, it's kind of cool the way you can do it, but like it's 100% works. So you can split in different ways and you're pretending, you're literally turning into 3 wholesalers. And what happens is maybe they don't respond to the text, but they'll respond to the call or they'll respond to this or that. You're hitting them up in so many different ways. You're triple threat. You're attacking from 3-prong approach. It's amazing, right? Yeah. If you ever watched the movie 300, they talked about the Battle of Thermopylae, which they kind of had the those gates there where they were going against like 300,000 Persians and then you had 300 Spartans, which is crazy, right?
Great movie.
But the reason why it was actually a real event, the Battle of Thermopylae, where all they did was basically they had a little choke point, like a bottleneck, and the other it was like basically they had 100,000 people going after him, but they were protecting in that way, and it worked really well. Well, what eventually happened was Ephialtes or Ephelius went to the Persians and said, "Hey, I know you can destroy it here. There's actually a sneak attack on the back end." That's how they eventually died. But guess what? Maybe you're attacking at just one front, but if you can go after another front, that's 2. It changes the game, right? It's like in World War I, World War II, when they had the magnet line too. But like, it's cool because you're doing a triple threat. So how the triple threat work and like what goes on now, not like in the Spartan days, but like you attack from one side, and you attack from another side, and then you attack from another side. You got 3 sides going. You don't know what to do, and you're gonna win, right?
Exactly.
Same exact thing. That is what our marketing. I'm not going to put it to battling, but it really is, right? Your success is going to be so much better when you have 3 different versions of yourself doing a different marketing strategy. So it works. That is my triple threat system. Guys, it works. We actually do that. We'll text, we'll send mail, we'll do sticky notes, we'll do reverse drawing for $1. Like we do so many different marketing strategies. It's like there's 15 wholesalers, but it's just one company. Yeah, it's crazy.
You never know what a seller is going to respond to. So many times in probates, when we did the dual threat, we'll send them a letter, no response, and then we would warm call them, and then they would
call them.
Same thing. Yeah. Well, okay. So then we cold call them, and they connect with that, or they would reach out via letter, going, "Oh, I hate when people call me." We're like, "Yeah, we know exactly," but we just labeled them a little bit differently. And then you never know if someone's going to respond to a text, an email, a letter, a cold call. It doesn't matter. But everybody has a preference. And the more opportunities you can to attack it, the more chance you're going to have. So like doing a triple threat is really the best way you can attack any type of sellers, especially motivated.
It's insane, right? So let's break down the triple threat system here. Let's sort of break this down for everyone. So this is it. Number 1, we're going to cold call or basically drop a voicemail in, right?
Mm-hmm.
They call, they don't answer. We're going to leave a voicemail, right? That's all you can really do, right? Like, I mean, so always leave a voicemail. Just a quick one. Hey, this is Zach. I got a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. Or, hey, this is Zach. Please give me a call back. Whatever you want, right? Number two, we're going to text them. But Zach, I don't have the money for, I don't have the money for a text blasting service. I don't care. You got no money? Fine. Google Voice it. Text them on Google Voice. You get like, I think 50 texts a day on Google Voice or 100. Text 50 to 100 sellers a day. That is what? 30 times 100. I feel stupid. All right. Sorry. If you have 100 times 30, that's 3,000, right?
Yeah.
3,000 texts a day for free. Pretty good. And here's the secret. You can just make another account, right? You make multiple accounts if you really want to. I'm not saying it, but like get a VPN. You guys know the vibes. I've been broke. Trust me. But like you can do text for free, right? And then this is the kicker. Leave a sticky note on their property. I'm being honest with you, leaving a sticky note. Now, this is, we replace that sometimes in our business by just doing a direct mail piece.
Mm-hmm.
But direct mail can get expensive for someone who's got no money, right? I get it. I completely get it.
Nobody misses a sticky note on a door.
But this is shocking to you. This is shocking for a lot of people, but you know this for a fact. People are more willing to respond to a sticky note that's handwritten than any direct mail piece. Any direct mail.
It's just personal. It's personal.
Like if I left a sticky note on your door, said, hey, this is Sam. I had a question about this house. Call me. And had a phone number there. Like, you came to my door. What's going on?
It's gonna have the highest response rate.
It's hilarious because like door knockers really never do this. They leave door hangers. And when you see a door hanger for like a pest control, I'm like,
you just assume they canvass the entire neighborhood.
But here's the thing. It's like you get a door hanger because they go there and they don't answer, so they leave a door hanger, and you look at it like, it's a pest control guy. No, screw it. Yeah. But guess what? If that guy at my house left a note on my door, said, hey, this is Pat, call me. And I'm like, who's Pat? Is that my neighbor? Did he hit like my car? Did he do what's going on? You have a lot of curiosity. And I'm not going to say this about humans, but human psychology is like this. We like to think the worst sometimes. Oh my God, what happened? It's like when somebody, my mom, she'll say, Zach, I need to text you. This is important. I'm like, oh God, what's going on? Yeah. And she's like, and then she used to say like, in high school, like, did you leave the fridge open? Is the light on or something? Like, but like what runs through their mind is like, oh my God, what's going on? Right?
You want hot or mild sauce?
No, but like your mind immediately goes to, oh my God, is something wrong?
She still does that to
me. I know,
now.
but like, you got to think of that, right? So that sticky note is going to be way better than any direct mail piece.
It just seems very personable.
It feels very personal,
urgent,
right?
and personable. It's hard to even buy that.
Now, if you go, oh, Zach, I'm doing virtual wholesaling. This is different, right? This is virtual wholesaling. I can't do that. Well, I guess I'm not going to do it. I don't have to do this, right? Nope. You're not getting out of this, okay? You are not getting out of this situation. You're going to leave a Facebook message on their profile, which honestly is actually a lot more worse and harder, more work. You're going to search their individual up, and you're going to message them on Facebook.
They get that annoying ding.
Oh yeah, and it goes
ding.
Over 90% of Facebook messages are read pretty fast.
You can call people through Facebook now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Crazy. Most people don't even know how to put their settings on it. I just
changed my Facebook settings because some of our subscribers, which I love y'all to death, some of y'all like to Facebook call me at 2 a.m.
At 2 to 4 a.m.
2 to 4 a.m. is the most popular time to Facebook. So I had to change it up where only Facebook friends could call me on Facebook, and then I just muted it because then they started calling me at 4 a.m. So
we're live 6 days a week. You know where to find us.
Yeah, it's just funny. But like, you can get a hold of a lot of people doing that strategy. So it's funny. But yeah, it's weird. Like I got Snapchat calls from some of my buddies. I'm like, it just rings like a regular phone. It's crazy. But guys, it works. Like, hey, this is Zach, got a quick question. And then you have a conversation and you call them. That works too. But guys, the point here is you're just attacking it from every which way. It is so shocking to me when I figured out this method when we were doing all these things, because we've had deals where I remember starting out in wholesaling where it's crazy, but like you would direct mail that person for like a year straight. And then I text them once and they finally go with me. Like that month, they send a direct mail, no call, no deal, whatever. But I text them, instant deal, right? It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Some people just
They don't. It doesn't
You know?
feel real. Sometimes the mail doesn't connect with them.
But also, I get people a text, nothing. Direct mail changes it, right? It just, it's like it's
Well, I tell
weird.
you what, I think it goes sticky note. Then if you do like a Facebook Messenger or like a text, you guys, let's face it, your phones own you. They own me too. And the minute that thing dings with a text, it's like it's human nature. Just the curiosity kills you. So I think eventually though, somewhere down the road, people are gonna start treating text like emails. Like emails, sometimes I don't even look. I look at it once a day, if not every other day.
People are more doing texting than calling now. So, but yeah, guys, that's the triple threat system, guys. That's the framework. So
and that's the problem. You got to read the text. Like, how does this guy know? How does this guy or gal know my name? How do they know I own a property? And it's just like, and you go, who are you? You go, hey, it's Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's it. So what are the next steps here? So what are the next steps to scaling to 7 deals a month, right? So now we start doing the triple threat system, right? Really what scaling is all about here is you're just going to add employees and VAs to do a lot of this work for you so you can just add more volume, right?
Exactly.
The key ingredient here is volume, right? So you do employees to do the system for you and add more leads to market to, right? That means they're going to, and then, so basically what they're going to do is add more leads in the CRM and you can market more. So you're going to have people pulling and cold calling the cash sales for also, you got to add that too. People are going to, you have VAs pull and cold call cash sales so you get cash buyers, cold calling the cash buyers, scale up with the freewholesaling.com systems that we have. But the point here is like you talked about trinkets, right? If I'm making those, let's say fidget spinners, right?
Widgets.
Let's do a fidget spinner. Okay. Remember those things? People are obsessed with them.
I still enjoy them.
So if you have a business where you're making fidget spinners by yourself, you could make 15 a day, right?
Okay.
And I can make 15 a day.
Yeah.
We're into this together. That's me. We made 30 a day, right?
Good math.
But that's me working 8 hours a day or whatever, right? We're selling 30. We're making $30 a day. That's great. But it takes me 8 hours to make it. That's insane. What if I could hire somebody, 10 people who are way more efficient at me at it, and now we're making 1,000 a day? But I can't do 1,000 a day. How's that even possible? You have people that do it for you, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the point of scaling up, like that triple threat system. You might not be able to call 1,000 people in an hour, but I can because I have people that'll do it for me, right? That's really how you got to look at it. And once you look at it like there, you start changing the game. That's how you start scaling. But it's like, do I hire all these employees? No, you hire one employee, then the other one. And then the question gets into how much do you pay the employee, who to hire first, what's the system? And conveniently, there's a little link right here, freewholesaling.com, where I have my entire scaling system. And it's like I'd probably call it a $10,000 scaling system thing.
Minimum.
Sorry, $9,997.
If you act now.
But like
limited availability only.
That's the point. Like that's the system. You just add volume on top of it. Like if I'm selling pizzas, what's interesting, the pizza shop, the local pizza shop, and Papa John's? They're both making pizzas. How are they different businesses? One has more volume.
One's got more volume.
Volume.
Volume and consistency.
Yeah.
That's all franchising is. There's a reason you guys go to McDonald's, and it ain't just for the fries. It's just because no matter where you go, it's pretty much the same product, and they do that through franchising.
But you got to look at a way to scale just a regular business, right? You can either scale it by having more customers, or selling more things, or by selling things, or raising prices and stuff like that. But like, we can't really raise prices in wholesaling because each deal is different. So the biggest key to success is just adding volume. Yeah, they can. But like they can add volume, and that's going to be really the biggest key to your success in wholesaling real estate. So that's basically the systems here. And then really look at like alternate marketing options, right? These are good enough for the bowl method, but they kind of didn't make the cut, but I would add them in if you can, right? This definitely won't hurt, right? Bandit signs and probate letters. Those are definitely bowl method market worthy marketing options because they work, guys, right? They work really well. So yeah, that's basically it. That is our $5,000 bowl method. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. Let's go on our yacht.
Yeah, just screenshot your credit card and send it to us. Yeah. We're all good.
Yeah, we'll get our cigars. We'll go on a yacht. I'll get a video editor.
That was a joke, by the way.
We'll put some little baby in the background and make it seem like we're balling, right? It's just funny. But
You
These
ever
gurus.
notice like the Corvette's like the new Lamborghini now? It's like I do
like
do
Vettes.
like the Corvette. I just
You
it
gotta-
belongs in a garage where it stays nice and clean and it doesn't get any mileage.
Your
That's the problem.
car, I think, is 50% faster than a Corvette. Yeah. We're not going to flex about that, but I know your car's at least 50% faster than the fastest Corvette, which is crazy.
Listen, I used to be in the car industry. Cars do nothing for me. Like I am
No,
not.
they don't.
Go get a boat. Boat or like it's like 10xing a car because like the minimum quality boat is like starts at $500,000.
When are the DeLoreans coming out? I think I want a DeLorean.
They got the new electric model coming out.
No, I don't want to.
I
I want an 80. I want an 85 DeLorean. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm just telling you guys, I love the gurus that flex. But yeah, so guys, that is the bull method. The bull method works, guys. The question is, are you going to work? And that's an interesting one. You got to think about it, right? So you don't have to ask yourself, does the method work? Because it does work. Ask yourself, are you going to work? And this method doesn't work unless you do the work, right?
Yeah.
It's like if I gave you a recipe, and I've been using this example a lot because I used to do working out, but like, let's not do all.
Can you double the bull method?
You can double it.
Yeah, you double a recipe.
Yeah. But like, I can give you a recipe, and I've said this a million times. So if I give you a recipe to make, I don't know, what is it, a pie, and he gave me a recipe to make a pie, it's the same recipe. The pies are going to be a lot different, aren't they? Even the same ingredients, everything, right? It's just going to come out differently. But like,
if you got the same materials, just I kind of do it by eye. You might have a measuring cup.
I know, but like, it's different. But the thing is, if you follow the recipe to a T, if we follow to a T with the same ingredients, it's really not going to be like that much bigger difference of a pie.
It shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't be. So like, you have the recipe, but you have to follow the recipe, right?
I've seen some of your cooking, dude. Stick to going.
I have some good cooking. I can do a grill. But
this kid like prepares his meals for the entire week.
Oh yeah, I get a meal prep.
How about you guys? Like I'm kind of going hour to hour. You know.
Oh, I'm very efficient. All right. I know what I'm gonna eat in the next couple of days, but that's because I can work more doing it. But guys, that's the bull method. That's what you're gonna do. We got the bull right here. That's what it takes for success, guys. So I'm excited. So that's it. We're gonna answer some questions really quick. Quick announcement. I will love to say this is an interesting one. But both of our TikToks have been banned today.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Spread the message.
I do want to say this really quick. The reason why TikTok banned the Flip with Rick TikTok and the Zach Ginn TikTok was for promoting frauds and scams. Now, I'm not going to roll my eyes or get upset because I really could care less about TikTok, but they have banned me for frauds and scams.
Yeah.
And they banned Flip with Rick on the same exact time, which is kind of funny. So while the gurus are celebrating that, I will say, instantly I made 2 new accounts. One is at Wholesaling Real Estate, and the other one is at the Zach Ginn. And unfortunately for the gurus, that means I will be doubling my TikTok content than I usually do. So there'll be more wholesaling content than ever, and pretty fun. But I always think it's funny that they did that because I asked TikTok. I've actually talked to corporate. I've done the whole thing. And I'm like, why is this a fraud and scam? And the reason, which is really funny, it's not because wholesaling is a fraud or scam. They've told me in the United States, but they said because it's illegal outside the United States and it is a Chinese company. That's why they call it a fraud or scam, because the minority of people on TikTok are in the United States, actually, because it's all over the world. So if I'm watching this in Taiwan, actually I shouldn't say that with China, but like if I'm watching this in, let's say, Germany, you can't really wholesale in Germany. So that's a fraud and a scam because it's technically illegal in Germany to do. So I'm promoting.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's literally a fact. It's a fraud and a scam outside. So it's kind of funny the way you do it, but like, so like if I, did a video on gambling, right? And gambling is illegal in this state, or it's illegal everywhere else, but it's legal in this one state, like I do in Nevada, you might get in trouble for that because you're promoting gambling, but it's legal in this one state, but it's illegal everywhere else. So that is why TikTok has banned us. So what I have done in response is just making more content, and then I'll keep making more accounts. I really could care less. I don't think I'm doing anything bad, but yeah. So at Wholesaling Real Estate and at the Zach Ginn, check it out on TikTok. And that's the reason why I have so many YouTube accounts, just in case they want to do something stupid. YouTube's always fine with it because they're a United States company,
Yeah.
and if it's illegal in the United States,
YouTube's
it's
very
fair.
happy with what we do.
Well, we make YouTube a lot of money, so they don't care. TikTok pay me, I think, $2 a day. It's kind of funny. But yeah,
I think it's funny is the guys that the only ones in the wholesaling space. Correct me if I'm wrong. I put the challenge out to anybody who wants to tell me, who offers 100% free content. Not like I'm going to give you 10% of it and then upgrade you on a course. We're banned because we're scamming and we're fraudulent.
well, not on TikTok, but
no, on TikTok.
no, we're only banned for the fraud, but only because we're getting a lot of followers.
No, it's ironic is all I'm saying. I think it's just kind of funny. And
well, if you look at the content from the gurus, they don't really talk about wholesaling specifically. Because they try to avoid that, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny. So yeah, I think I got banned because I showed a check that somebody today did a $28,000 wire, and I posted it. I'm like, good job, man. That was really cool. You did that. That's awesome. And they're like, that's a fraud. That's fake. They literally say it's crazy. But like, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining.
Can't be that successful doing it.
I'm not, but like TikTok's the only one that's ever has a problem with what I do, which is kind of funny. But that's why we're everywhere. We're at 67,000 followers on, members on Wholesaling Houses for Real. And again, we did a little celebration Tuesday, but we didn't make an announcement together, I said. But we have hit 50,000 subscribers on the Flip with Rick YouTube channel. And we're approaching 20,000, hopefully, on the Zach Ginn. We're almost at 3,000 on the Rick Ginn, 2,000 the Wholesaling Houses for Real. We are literally, I think, almost 72,000 combined subscribers, but we finally hit 50,000 on Flip with Rick. Absolutely a blessing. I really appreciate it. And it means the world to us. You guys give us the love and support. And the coolest part about that is the people have chosen, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at our combined subscribers, when it comes to wholesaling real estate and the growth that we have, if you look at the subscribers per month on all of our combined channels, there's only like, I think, one other person that has more than us per month on wholesaling real estate specifically. And that's pretty much shown to a point that the free wholesaling movement works.
Yeah.
Every other guru that charges a course, they're not getting more than us.
And their success rate is poor. And we have no idea what's in their courses. So the fact that we make ours 100% transparent.
I've already said this. Y'all send me snapshots of people's courses, and it's hilarious. Somebody did a video on some new guru, and they're always 21 years old because they start.
I have no problem with people's age on it.
That's why I know. They're 21 years old because a lot of young people connect with me, and they learn from me. They get like 5 or 10 deals, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to make a course. And they make a course, and they're like, wait, all my wholesaling knowledge is from Zach and Rick. And it's free. I'll make a course. I'm talking about government lists. I'm going to charge $100 for it. And then all these new courses that come out are all because everyone right now is making money from our content. They're now making courses on what we teach. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of like when they, what does it do? When you get something for free and then they sell that free thing. It's terrible, right? It's hilarious. I think it drives me crazy. But guys, just understand we are not stopping at all.
If one thing I've taught you guys is to overcome resistance with persistence. If anyone is going to do it, it's going to be definitely us. So like the TikTok thing is very minor.
Yeah, but the coolest part about that is the YouTube shorts are fine. Yeah. So it's going to be the same info. It's just kind of cool. I just thought it was funny. But we've been shadow banned for a while on TikTok, so we're fine, guys. Follow the other ones if you want. But really, like, subscribe to the YouTubes instead because the YouTubes are going to have the shorts on them. So it's going to be no problem. So don't worry about that. So yeah, just a quick announcement on there. But yeah, no gurus allowed. And we teach wholesaling for free, and we ain't going to stop doing it. So let's answer a couple questions, and we're going to get to the one-on-ones today. But 50,000, that's
it's amazing.
Remember when I came screaming to you like, oh my God, we had 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember I started with 0. I was like,
I'll tell you that 0 to 100 subscribers was the hardest thing I think I've ever done.
It's painful.
That was painful. It was crazy, but it was cool. You know, I was a 19-year-old kid just recorded myself making $50K a deal with like 50 subscribers. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I had 50 subscribers. I'm like, yeah, here's a check for 30K. I'm 19, and then, you get a couple of I remember when I first did live streams, I think you remember, I was getting 4 people on a live stream. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I got 4 people. And it's just kind of funny looking back at it. But life's a trip, right? And it's going to be crazy to see what our results are. But I've always seen the more subscribers we get, the more people that get helped. And the more people that get helped, they want to give back.
Yeah.
So they subscribe, they join the course for free, they join the Mastermind. I always tell you the biggest, and hands down, I think you agree with me on this, the biggest gift you can give to us, the biggest thanks you can ever give to us is giving back to the community. So if someone like Corey, for example, right, we've given a lot to him and I don't want anything back from him. I don't really want anything back from him, but the coolest part about it is like Corey will literally go on these live streams and someone will have a question. He'll just answer that question. And he answers comments. He's active. He likes, he gives back to the wholesaling community, not to me, because I don't really care. He does give back to us, trust me, tenfold. But like, he just gives back to people, right? Someone who's new has a question. He says, oh, this is how you talk to a seller. Don't do it like this. This is what Rick says. He's giving back to the community. And that is hands down, guys, the greatest gift you can give to me. It's just giving back to the community.
So guys, keep doing what you're doing. We've already proved this works. Everybody told us in the beginning, it's never going to work. You're just going to track all the haters and the negative people. I think we've actually done the opposite. And our system's set up for the ones that want to take action and actually do this business. People like Corey, I mean, the list is so endless. I wouldn't do you recognition by spitting out names. It's there. As opposed to you do a paid course for wholesaling. Keep in mind, wholesaling is a very basic, in my opinion, is a basic skill set you learn in real estate investing. Okay. So if we're appealing to everybody and a certain percentage decides to take action and get success, I think we're lifting up the community and helping it out. As opposed to if I pay someone $5,000 or $10,000 and say you don't take the action or the information's not right, there's so many different variables. That's why the wholesaling business has such a massive failure rate, because you guys have been marketing like it's the easiest thing in the world. And this is what me and Zach are trying to change. We want to make it available to everybody without any type of obstacles. It's changed my life. I know it's changed his life. And the fact is, if you want to change your life, I'm going to give you the absolute best material up there. But either way, if you do it free or paid, you're going to have to put in the work. And I heard someone say the other day, it's like most of these coaching programs, you're buying the accountability part. Listen, I'm completely opposite. If you can't be accountable to yourself and your family, you have no business paying a guru or a coach. If you think some stranger is going to hold your hand and hold you accountable and make you do something because you paid him $5 or $10,000, you've got a huge wake-up call coming. Wake up and say, I'm going to be accountable to myself. I'm not going to let this go anymore. And I'm going to make a better life for my family, my friends, and everyone associated with me. And if you do that, me and Zach provide you all the tools you need at freewholesaling.com, specifically for wholesaling. And you decide to make, so we've literally eliminated your entire risk, as opposed to going someone paying with it. If you decide to change your mind, you don't want to do it, the program's bad, or you're not going to follow through, why not go over? I'm tired of a 90-95% failure ratio. And by doing this free service, we're making it available to everybody.
It's crazy. But yeah, like I love the accountability part, because like,
yeah, if you can't be accountable to yourself, man,
it's not that. It's we'll talk to you one-on-one for free.
I know,
but accountability.
And the thing is, you guys know when we do the one-on-ones, we just kind of tell you how it is, because I'm not in your back pocket, so I have an obligation.
Yeah,
to
I don't care if you're going to refund my course. Yeah. I'm just going to tell you what legit works, and some people don't like it. I will tell you this though: I give everything for free. I will give all of my heart and soul to you guys to learn wholesaling. There's only one thing I never like, and one thing I do not tolerate.
Eggs.
Two things. Now, number one's a bad attitude, right? And then number two is excuses. I do not tolerate it, and I refuse to tolerate excuses. I just don't. That is my one. I guess that's my one problem I have. I don't think it's a bad problem, but once you have a bad mindset, you have to change it.
Yeah, you got to
And
fix it. We've all been there, but it's so like when you get on a live, or this doesn't even with like me and Zach, with anyone in general. I either find people look for solutions or they look for excuses and complaints, and you've got to decide which camp you want to be in. Nothing gets accomplished like just complaining. Like it just there is a time and a place for it. Like your car is on fire, you call the fire department. That's a legitimate complaint, but the worst thing you do is go on these things like wholesaling just doesn't work for me. I've tried everything. The minute you spit out, I've tried everything, I will take 15 minutes and run you through everything you've done that day. And then I can add up 2 + 2 = 4. You can't do 3 + 1 and tell me it equals 10. So we want to help you out. That's the beauty of people like me and Zach is when you go on these masterminds, we can tell you the truth. I can't fix your attitude. You guys bring up a positive mindset with solutions, and you can get anything accomplished.
it's how you think, right? So if you're already thinking that wholesaling's hard, wholesaling's difficult, I'm telling you, you're screwed up. You're going to get screwed up in this business because the way you speak is how you think.
Mm-hmm.
And if you truly believe in your heart that there's no deals in your market, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not so that I've tried everything.
My market's too competitive.
Oh, there's a lot of markets like that, but
no, they're all, dude, I'm not here to tell you, I don't think there's a market that's not competitive. Some a little bit more than others, but honestly, we're an extremely competitive market. I haven't stopped in 20 years. Like if I took that mindset, I would have given up in probably 04, 05. Like, oh my God.
I don't take excuses. So I've always said that, I will answer one thing. Cause I'm getting like 4 or 5 DMs a day on this. And I look through my DMs. So I get too many, but sometimes I scroll through when I'm just sitting at like a doctor's office or whatever, dentist. And I will say no to everyone on this. I'm very humbled by the requests from you guys, but I am not going to go spend an hour on a lunch for you to pick my brain. I get asked every single day about that.
Oh,
I get it. I'm very enticed by the $15 free lunch, but I feel like the hour is better spent doing something else.
Plus you get fat quick.
Not that, but like guys,
yeah, you will. They're going to
I'll
like
tell
Five
everyone,
Guys burgers.
I do appreciate everyone offering me for a lunch, but what I'll tell you is, I have so much passive income. I have free lunch for the rest of my life. I remember we got asked when we went to Vegas, like, I'll give you a ride to the airport. I'll give you a ride to the airport,
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's great, but I'm good. Okay. So just guys, I love the DMs, the questions, but the best way to get in contact with me is right here on the live because I run a legit wholesaling operation. I think before this, we were going over some acquisitions training stuff. It's kind of funny, like training acquisitions people, because like because we got a new acquisitions person we're training now. It's just funny because like it's just weird because like I trained so many people, and then it's like, wait, all right, now we got a new person, literally brand new. They good at talking to
they
people.
tune into all these things, but
it's just funny because like wait. I know how to teach like people on a mass scale, but like if I'm going one-on-one, it's kind of funny the way we do it. But guys, like we were going over how we're training this person. We've done a couple sessions, like we're slowly integrating them, but they're going to do really well. It's funny because like the same exact way I'm training him is like, I'll literally I'll edit some videos I've done and for them to like see it really well.
Yeah.
But like, it's the same stuff I teach that I'm training them. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But like, it's crazy.
Guys,
But,
the training always comes down to the role playing and practicing. And that's what we do when we have employees. It's just practice. Because I don't want people practicing on our hard-earned leads. And you guys know how like you fight for them. You go get these lists, you get these government lists, you get everything. You get them from PropStream and Batch, and then you get them. You don't want people practicing on your customers. So it doesn't cost you any money to role play practice. I tell you, use your spouse, your kids, your sister, your nephew, your brother, and just practice on them because it's already hard enough not knowing this business. So being able to connect with people on the phone, you have to practice it before you just practice it. Don't practice on your customers. If you want to practice on old leads, find somebody's old leads or do like Zillow Fizbo and just practice. The really cool thing is they're not all deals, but they're all people. And if you know how to talk to people, you know how to overcome objections, you will absolutely destroy wholesaling. And if you can take that attitude with it, that's the most important piece. But we're bringing on another acquisitions person for another market we're doing. And like a majority of our time past watching the video, stuff like that, is just role playing and seeing how much they're picking up and then just give them tips to progress them and move them forward.
It's crazy, but this is the honest truth. The stuff that because I'll tell us, and we're gonna get some more questions, but like we make our money wholesaling real estate. That's what puts food on my plate. That's what puts a roof over my head and your head.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we make our money. We make our money wholesaling real estate.
We're not full-time coaches.
We're not full-time guys. The amount of time I spent today, I spent 30 minutes dealing with TikTok and then about 2 hours on this live stream. That's what I get. Like, I don't spend 9 hours a day on coaching call Zooms. The majority of my time is with other businesses and wholesaling real estate, but majority of my income is from wholesaling real estate investing in general. I like to call it like that, but like, that's what puts food on my plate. And when I train an acquisitions person and their success is my success, their success helps feed me and helps actually give me income for my life. Well, I have passive income. I don't have to worry about expenses, but like, I trust my information. I'm putting all the chips into the information that I give for you to train my people. And they get one-on-ones with me, and like that stuff's great too. But like, I trust myself and the information I give to train them. And we've trained so many people with our info already that's helped them out. But like, just understand, like, the information I give you, this is like the cream of the crop stuff that I use for my team.
Yeah. And guys, understand this. We made sure we fed our plate first before we started taking any employees or obligations, because when you take someone on as acquisitions, I mean, that's a key role in the company and you should be doing it primarily. You're hiring someone because you have so much business to basically take advantage of it. You have to bring on some help. And if you haven't filled your plate, meaning you don't have enough money in your bank account to pay your rent, your mortgage, and take care of your family, don't bring on a ton of team members. It's only going to put more stress on you. It makes it harder. Guys, dude, I did this business. I'm somewhat embarrassed. 7 years all by myself. 7 years. I just had to figure out how to keep the money. And so what I'm saying to you is go out, get your deals, do everything, acquisitions, marketing, dispositions. And then when your plate gets so full or like you're just driving yourself crazy, that's when you start bringing in. And you bring in one at a time, and then either they make the cut for you or they don't. So honestly, I can figure out if any employee is going to work within 90 days, usually within 60. And you've got to make quick decisions because we only make money when we're actually contracting properties and selling them. So
I agree. It drives me crazy the way these gurus are with it, but that's the way you do it. So that's stuff we trust for ourselves. That's what we get it. So let's break it down. What's up, Jamal? Gorilla CEO. This guy's pen and paper. I love it. Steve's got a good one. The old bull and the young bull. That's a good one too.
Who's the stronger bull is the most important part.
Lord. And then Robert's got a good question here. He's got a good statement. Consistent results require consistent action, right? And honestly, what I could tell you here is that's going to be the biggest truth you can tell yourself for success, right? Consistent results require consistent action.
Correct.
So yeah, guys. And
we could do like Festivus where they father and son wrestle for the feats of strength, and whoever pins the other one wins.
That's true. One thing I could tell you though, guys, just FYI, I think this is a shocker for a lot of people, but like someone said this quote yesterday, and this really changed like our big mind. I don't think I told you this quote, but like they said, you know this though, you can't catch fish unless you're fishing.
Oh, I agree.
Right?
Dude, I know that one.
And so you look at wholesaling, you're not going to get deals unless you're wholesaling, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're sitting on the sidelines right now, like, I'm going to wait a couple. I want to make money in wholesaling, but I'm just going to wait, You ain't catching fish unless you're fishing. So get out there and fish.
And guys, wholesaling, there's no timing the market in wholesaling. It doesn't. We cash properties for what they are today. We don't speculate. We don't really flip. And if you're waiting for the perfect time to get a wholesaling, I'm telling you, it's here because 2023 is going to be tremendous. And honestly, if it takes you 2 or 3 months to ramp up, now is the time to start. But there's no getting in and out of wholesaling. Wholesaling, I've made a ton of money at the top. I made a ton of money at the bottom, and I made a ton of money in the middle. So it doesn't matter. So anyone tells you got to wait till prices dip in 2020. Guys, wholesaling doesn't work that way. Okay. That only works on people does the BRRRR method, or people that are into like the long-term fix and flips. Because why? they're not they're in control of the contractor, but not the costs, and they're not in control of the time. And the worst part is when comps drop, it's completely out of their control. There's nothing you can do as an investor when you're trying to sell a property retail and the comps are dropping. That's why I do not do extensive fix and flips. I do stuff in and out. I am a 90-day guy unless I'm going to buy a property and hold it the rest of my life. I've tried every which way, guys. I've had a huge rental portfolio, and I'm here to tell you, in my opinion, there's easier ways to make money than owning huge blocks of single-family homes. They're hard to manage. You're actually better off in apartments, in my opinion. But either way, that's why real estate's really cool, because you can adapt it to your personality. Some people really like that. I didn't. So do not try to time wholesaling. There's no such thing. Same thing in the stock market. You can never time it. You have to be in it the long run to win it. The same thing with wholesaling.
I agree. It drives me crazy when people say that, but
timing wholesaling is like there's no timing it. Honestly, I've been in the market in 2009 through 11, which is the worst cycle I've ever witnessed. And then I've been through it, what we recently went through. And I'm just telling you, there's like very little differences. You just adjust your marketing. It's always going to be moving. But the thing is, we're buying properties for today's profits, not a year, not 2 years. We're selling it to people that want to gamble and speculate the future. I don't.
Yeah. So I agree 100% there. So let's get through some of this stuff. But I think this is a cool one. Someone said, I'm a bull in the China shop. That's a cool little analogy too, because I'm a bull that walks through the China shop. That's what you got to be. It's scary. I remember as a kid, I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, what? China? Like what's China? But it's funny. So yeah, let's talk. Let's get some one-on-ones in. Let's talk to the people, guys. If you want to hop on, talk to me absolutely for free, one-on-one. Do me a big favor. Make sure you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Like I said, we have 67,000 members strong. I love the support y'all give. And it means the world to me. So let's share this information out. So if you want to hop on, do the one-on-ones, most of y'all already know where to go. But if you don't know, we go here. And when everyone comments, how do I get on the one-on-ones, right? Right here, I'm at Wholesaling Houses for Real. 67,300 members.
Woo!
That's a lot of people. And really, like right here, Zach shared a link 3 hours ago, right here. And he got some really cool like posts and stuff. We get information. People ask questions about stuff and stuff like that. Best state, stuff like that. Oh, we got a scam artist right here. Let me get rid of them.
Wow, you see blocking live.
I block everyone. All right. So we just go right here. That's it. 3 hours ago, I posted this. You can watch the video on YouTube here or join the streamer link right here. Talk to me one-on-one. I hope there's no controversy about how to talk to me one-on-one, right?
How do I do it?
How do I do it? Guys, the link is posted on there, and that's how you talk to us one-on-one. So without further ado, let's hop on some people. Let's talk, and really let's get some good information from the people and seeing how we can help them out in their wholesaling real estate business. So let's do it. Next here, we got first in line, we got Benji from Florida. What is up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How's it going?
He's the Key West guy, right?
No,
he's
in D-Land.
Volusia County.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Yeah,
dude, I'm old, man. You can write off Benji. I'm just old, man. Sorry.
No, he's up.
I got the right state. That's it, because he told me.
D-Land. I think he's in D-Land, right?
Deltona.
Same thing at that point.
Always sounds like Daytona. They just throw an EL in there.
It's by Daytona.
Daytona, D-Land, Deltona, DeBerry. Yeah, the land of D's.
What's up, man? How can I help you out?
Got really good news, man. I'm under contract with that lead I've been following up with June. So
wow.
Yeah, man. It's well, I'm not fully under contract yet. I got 2 signatures. The other one, he works 50 hours a week, night shift. So I'm getting him tomorrow. So but it went great. And this is the one that has the pre-foreclosure. And I talked to them. They don't have an auction date set yet. So it went good yesterday. I met with the aunt and one of the heirs, the son. He's 22, walked through the house. I had a really good conversation, 80-20 rule. Like you guys said, just ask good questions, listen, understand, and repeat back. And I had a blast talking to them. I almost had to divert it a little bit because I was just having too much fun talking to them. But so then today told her that I'd like to sit down with the other heir, the eldest, and I was like, I'd like to get to know you a little bit better and present my offer, and then it was good, and I locked it up, man. So I'm happy.
Well, you just missing one signature?
Just one. So
Okay.
I spoke to the title company that I'm using. They can do, and for this deal, I locked it up pretty good. So I feel I should do a double close. The only thing is the 4 heirs, like I said, one of them is incarcerated. So the title company told me that we can open the escrow and stuff like that, and they can start running the title and stuff, but we just can't physically close on the property until they have the durable power of attorney over him to sign. So,
okay. So just to let you know, I've had deals stretch out where I actually got that final signature, that missing person, on the day of the closing, if you can believe that or not. Sometimes people just take time. Let me ask you, is that missing person, or this, have you talked to him or the family's talked to him?
The one that's incarcerated?
Yes.
Yeah, they talk to him pretty much like every day.
And he sounds like he's on board?
Yeah. So initially I spoke to the eldest, and she was done dealing with them because they didn't want to work together.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then
that.
I went to the house. I talked to the brother and the aunt, and then I came back to her today, and she's like, I don't know how you did it. I've been trying to get them to work for like 2 years and stuff like that. And she's like, thank you for helping me out. She's like, I feel like I'm finally like, I can, release my stress and stuff like that. So she was just thanking me. And then with the offer, I did the good cop, bad cop thing. So I was like, listen, my partner said like he wanted this at this, but I said, I listened to your aunt and your brother and stuff like that. And I said, it really touched my heart. So I was able to talk him up to this amount. And she's like, that's awesome. That was more than I was expecting to get. So I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome, dude. Just make sure, don't let too much time go by if
Yeah.
he's hot on calling, and just, when I tell you guys like overcome resistance with persistence, it's not just like getting lists, government lists specifically, is everything we do. Like if I told you how many hundreds, if not thousands of sellers I couldn't get to sign, we're always missing one party. I've done as many as 40 parties in a probate, specifically probates. And you just, listen, I get it. You got to first learn how to be a master marketer, how to connect with these people, what to say. And then when you get in front of them, you got to learn the negotiations, and then the art of getting signatures, man, like you get to handle it. This won't be the last time you deal with it. I deal with this constantly. Do you know I've gotten on a plane to go get a signature because some people just get so difficult, but I had enough money on the line. It was worth, like, that was probably foolish at the time. Now knowing this, I would do like a mobile notary, something like that. But there's,
Right.
you guys, you've got to just keep, like, every time a problem comes up, you're like, okay, you're being paid these ridiculous amount of money on these wholesale deals because you're the only one that can figure out how to solve the problem. And you got to do it in a timely manner. And sometimes you just can't solve it. I get it. But like, everyone like thinks, you just see little bits in the beginning, like just getting lists, like, oh my God, he said no. I'm like, are you going to accept that answer and just keep moving down the line? So if I have 4 parties on a deal and then one just starts like stiff arming him and stuff, the other 3 usually stress out. You're never going to convince him or her to do it. And then I go, listen, tell me everything I need to know about that person. And what do they love? And like, what is their biggest pet peeve with the deal? You take that information, you just brainstorm, and you just keep going back to them. And I've visited people 5 or 6 times just to get that signature. He's done it. He did one when he was really in his first year or 2. I forget. He went and saw, how long he saw the lady? Like 30 times, like an insane amount. I'm like, man, I go, at some point, we got to call it a day. He's like, he used to tell me, I'm not stopping until I get that deal. I go, man, do I got the right partner. And that's what you guys got to understand. We, as a business wholesalers, we just learn not to take a no. It's not like you can't force anyone to do it. You just got to kind of keep going back and just keep going and going and going. And you're right. Get the paperwork over to your title company. Get it started as soon as possible. Get the payoffs. Get everything. Find out if there's any problems. Get it taken care of. But that's awesome because you've experienced all this stuff. It's just like you just keep going through these roadblocks, and eventually you're like,
like, I mean, there was points where I was just like, there was points where I was like, man, this is like tough. Like, do I just keep going? Like, what do I do? And I just kept going, man. Like, here's
what I always operated and how I've taught him. Just keep going until the door's slammed in your face and it has to be locked. I never give up. I keep going. Like sometimes I run out of energy. Like I did a 7-year stint and it was a lot. It was too much, but I was so good at it. And I look back now, like that was stupid to go that long. But like I fast forward now, I think God put me in a place where I could help teach you guys better. And it allowed me to focus on teaching him. And the one thing I learned with Zach is I just got down to the basics. Like, here's what we're going to do. Very simple instructions. Do this, follow up, and just keep going and driving forward. And that's why I'm able to share this information with you. Honestly, I didn't even think it was that brilliant until he kind of showed me. He goes like, man, the stuff you teach me is like, it's unbelievable. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
not everybody thinks that way. And then
Yeah.
you have this skill set. So when it comes up again, you're like, dude, I got this.
Yeah.
So I had one about a year ago, 26 people on a probate. And I was just like, man.
Goodness.
And one guy stepped up. He goes, I'm in control of these 24. You deal with these 2. I'm like, perfect. So that's what I do every time. If you have, say, 6 people, say, which ones do you like have an agreement with? I go, well, these 5 are locked up. If you can help me with this one, because he doesn't even talk to me. And then you go, okay. You go, tell me a little bit of intel about him. Do your research on social media and then just run with it. But this is an extremely common problem. And I'm here to tell you guys, sometimes when you have, say there's 2 parties, I'm not talking about husband and wife. They should be done at the same time. But say there's 2 owners on a property. If one agrees and the other one you're waiting to get consent on, go ahead and get the one signature. I know it's not complete, but you do kind of get the deal like locked up mentally with one of them, because remember, it takes 2 of them to sell it. So if one signs it and one doesn't, you can use the other person to help you convince that person why it's a good deal. Right. Walking away with 0 signatures gives you really no options, in my opinion. So I don't do that with a husband-wife type of deal. But if I have like business partners and one's like remote, can't do it, I'll get one. I go, let me go ahead and get your signature, and we get his when we get to that point. So so you can do that one too.
Thankfully, I built enough rapport with him yesterday, so I'm just going to meet him tomorrow because he's already on board. He just works. Just a couple questions. So with this one, since I locked it up good with the double close, any advice? What should be any special clauses for the end buyer contract for that?
So I mean, why are you so dead set on a double close?
I don't know, because I just feel like I have it locked up at a good price. I mean, I'll try to get it assigned.
So without giving addresses, don't do that. How much you got it locked up for?
160.
And what do you think it's really worth? Like the what do you think the value? What do you think you can sell it for? Is my question.
I think I'm able to sell it to a cash buyer for probably 230, 240.
Okay, that's definitely double close material, but I'm here to tell you, like, you guys that are scared like to do like straight up assignments, the only person that is at risk are really, in my opinion, it's 9 times out of 10 the buyer. Okay, because the sellers, listen, they know you're making a profit. And number 2, you realize everybody can look up this information. So the only reason I've ever done a double close is to satisfy the new buyer. So at least leave the option for your title company, because there is nothing illegal about assigning a property. There is nothing illegal about it. It's not shameful. I got a lot of people go, well, if it's over 20 grand, I'm going to double close it. I'm like, you're just giving money away if that's your number, because I've seen them in the 6 figures assigned with no issue at all. So I would only cater that option unless you're getting direct flack back from your buyer or your seller. And if everybody's on board and stuff like that, I'm just here to tell you, you can move it forward.
Okay.
Don't be stuck on it. If you can only find one buyer and he's a pain in your butt or she's a pain in your butt, then I get it. You can do the double closing. But remember, it's twice the cost. And that's the big problem with it. So you're going to give away $4,000 to $5,000 extra when you do that. And that's why I'm not a fan of double closings. It's perfectly legal to do assignment, especially in the state of Florida. So don't precondition your title company as I'm only doing it this way. And number 2, if you're going to do a double, say, what kind of discount do I get on the second closing? You want to make sure you get the cheaper fees and your buyer pays the higher one. So when you're buying it on the A to B, is they'll have a set amount of fees. So you can't do anything about the state of Florida recording fees, but the settlement fee from the title company is wide open. And by the way, not all title companies' fees are like one set number. They break them down to like 9 different categories. It's to confuse the heck out of you guys. They get underwriting fee,
Right.
utility lien search fee. Dude, it's all. So add up all the numbers and understanding the second one, you should get a substantial discount. So you want to make sure you're getting the discount on yours, on your HUD. Oh, so remember, your buyer, technically, if they're going to be buying, they would pay their settlement fees anyways. So you just want to keep yours to a minimum. Whenever I do 2 closings, and I don't do a lot of, like, I do them because I bought the property and I kept it and I sold it for a while. I always make sure I get a discounted, you don't want to pay retail twice for them.
It's true.
So ask them, listen, what's the fees going to be when you do it? And here's what I say. I try to pass everything I can off to the buyer. So sometimes they go, listen, here's the recording fees. You can't ask them to negotiate that because they have to pay it. But I'll charge you $350 on the. I'll charge you $495 on the first settlement, and the second one's going to pay this. Here's a little thing. Your new buyer is, make sure they pay the higher fees and you get the discounted fees. You can control all that, by the way. So leave your box open with the title company and have a discussion with them. If you guys are doing double closings, you should be getting discounts, because why? You just doubled the title company
their income. Right.
Okay. You can't do anything about recording fees, and that's the painful part. But the second title purchase, there's a 50, they usually get a 50 to 60% discount. Make sure you're getting that discount. And then on the settlement fees, just get them reduced. Because if not, a lot of these companies charge you $1,100-$1,200 settlement fee. Guys, I get settlements done for $300 all the time in Florida. Okay. If you do not ask what the fees are and then you complain them at the closing, that's your fault. You always should know what your title company's fees, and they should be consistent. The reality is most title companies will charge as much as they can get away with, as long as nobody complains. If you ever complain at a title company, I can almost cut anyone's title settlement fee down 50% just with one complaint. Did you know they have to legally disclose all their fees? They're supposed to do it 48 hours before the closing. They never do it with wholesalers. So don't wait till you do a couple hundred deals, figure it out in your first couple, and you can go from there.
All right, cool. One last question pertains to the show today. For the triple threat system, let's say you got a list of 150. How many times do you hit it until you just get a no or a yes? Pretty much.
I hit it once. Hit it once with all 3. I think
right. That's what I'm saying. But how many times should you go through it if you're not getting traction? And then
I'll just add volume.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you put a stick. It's hard. Multiple sticky notes won't work. You just got to do one, right? Right. Because either they see it, they don't want to deal with it, or you can call them again. I would just add volume on top of it.
Okay. Simple enough.
Oh yeah.
All right. That's all I had, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Keep us updated and get that signature and hit it. Yeah, that's a great job.
Right.
Awesome. Congrats.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Perfect. Boom. All right. And I think this is a fun question. I do want to answer this really quick from K-Dash, because I've seen a bunch of gurus post there. They said the real estate market is changing crazy. There's a new offer formula, and if this is it, here's the fun part. There's not a new offer formula. Whatever offer formula your guru says, it's broke. It's trash, because they don't know how to wholesale in a bad market. When it comes to offer formulas, and
wait a minute. These are the same people that said the market's fine, buyers are stable, they're actually growing. Yeah. There is no hiccup. I'm like, okay.
Here's the thing.
Let's not look at the data.
Some of these gurus are saying everything is now 70% of ARV. And I do want to dispel this myth, and I see it all the time. If you have a house that is worth $400,000 right now, and now maybe it's worth $370,000, are your sellers going to take a 70% discount on that? Never. They're never going to. What's a 70% discount on that? That's going to be, that means if a house is worth to a cash buyer right now, a cash buyer will pay $300,000 for the house. You're telling me the minimum you can offer them is $259,000? That is a $110,000 assignment profit. Yeah. That is your minimum profit per deal is $110,000. These gurus are shook.
Yeah, you're gonna get this. Listen, you do this in Florida,
but that's your max. That's your max allowed.
You'll be destroyed.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
I saw a guru today. I watched the video. I'm like, the most I'm allowed to offer is 70%.
So
It's ridiculous. So here's the thing. With our offer formula, guess what changes? Nothing. But here's the thing. When let's say real estate goes down 50%, the offered formula doesn't change. You know why? Because ARV changes. The problem you guys are having, which these gurus have to change their offer formula, is because you guys sometimes are doing it wrong, where you have the ARV and your comps are from 8 months ago. That's when you have a problem. That's why the gurus are making you 70% on that. Like,
because the data is it's 90 days in arrears.
If you do comps from within a short amount of time or how recent sales are, that's going to help you out, or what the current on-market properties are
in the last 30 days, and figured that's the peak of it. But guys, here's the reality. I've seen this, like the offer thing beat to death. The 70%, like
for cheap houses,
how do I sell this? How do I sell this nicely? You get a monkey to like do that formula. Like that's a no-brainer. That's like if I have a Rolex watch and it's brand new and say it's worth $5,000, you go, listen, I'll give you 3,000 for it, right? Okay.
It's no-brainer.
So here's an offer formula. I've always worked with it. Okay. You get into you have to meet with each seller. Every seller is different, and not every seller is taking a 30% discount. So I meet with them. I evaluate it. I look at the property. I look at their situation. The more motivation, the better. And then we look at the comps and we come up with a range. And then we have cash buyers, which you should already know what they expect to pay. And guess what? If there is a gap in there and I can eliminate my risk, wholesaling works. 70% only works if like you're buying the property, you're going to hold it and rehab it. You have to protect your interest. I get it. Wholesaling, guys, dude, it doesn't work. There's very few properties I buy at 70%.
I don't even agree with that. You know why? Because if a seller has a house that's worth to a cash buyer right now $370, right? No seller is going to give up and sell it for $259. They're really not.
It's not. Like, guys, if they're doing that, show it to me, because I'm like, they're not doing it in Florida and other parts of the states.
They're not doing it in Georgia. They're not doing it in Tennessee. They're not doing it in Arizona. They're not doing it anywhere. But what I could tell you is they're not doing 70%. 70% does work on certain. So if your house, the ARV is 75,000, then we get it, because when your ARV is like 75 grand, then 70% of that is a $20,000 reduction. You're making $20K on a $70,000 house. That actually makes sense.
So you guys understand, when the number gets bigger on a percentage, that difference becomes much larger. It's just a percentage.
What's $1 million house? 70%. That's a $300,000 assignment fee. Sellers aren't doing that. I'm just
like, that's like saying, listen, I did one deal this month. I did two the second month. I have 100% increase, right?
Yeah. But here's the thing.
That's the problem, is the numbers as they get bigger is more of a disparity. Guys, listen, 70%, I can have a computer push a button. I'll take any deal you got for 70 cents on the dollar. And that's not even my highest offer.
Anything.
It's ridiculous.
I will gold for 70 cents on that guy. It doesn't work like that. The point here is the people that are saying this don't run legit businesses. And I'm saying this truthfully, because if you have a legit business and you tell your acquisitions person, hey, like I'm training my acquisitions person, 70% is the most you can offer them, which means you probably have to lock it up. This is a $300,000 house for 60% of that.
Yeah.
Come on. Like you have to lock it up for 170.
I'm sorry, you'll starve in this business. I'm not saying I do get some like that, but for the most part, what if it's 73%? I can't buy it.
You can't do it. I'm only going to make
76%.
I'm going to make $80K profit. I can't do it. It's too low.
So then, like, I hear them saying that a rehabber's expectation, someone you sell it to, they expect to make 10% profit on the deal. I'm like, okay, I don't completely like.
That's decent.
I've seen some go as low as like 6-7%. I've seen some as high as 20.
Yeah, 10% is decent though. Not bad.
Listen, I'll sell properties all day long on that one.
If I can make 40K profit and I buy it for 400,000 and I flip it, that's average.
But what we're telling you is most coaches and gurus, they've never been in a down market. So for the last really 7 to 8 months, I told you this market's not dropping. They're all like, everything's perfect. I've listened to it all. And at some point, you got to look at the data. When you have the Federal Reserve inching up the Fed rate, it has to have an effect on the market. You can duck your head in the sand and say everything's perfectly fine, most likely because you got to push a product. But the reality is some things go up and down. Most coaches have only been in this market on an up basis, and they're completely guessing. Hopefully they're relying on people that have been in this business 20 years plus, but there's going to be corrections. How much the correction is, I don't even know. He doesn't know. Nobody knows. But if you're going to drop your buying career down to 70% max, you might as well just pack it up and like go open a flower shop, in my opinion.
But what I'm saying here is don't
70%.
So the way you're saying it, it's not scary. Like it's not like we're not trying to scare you when we say like, guys, when we say a down market, it could be 20%. Prices go down 20%. Prices have gone up 50% since I've had this YouTube channel. So that means prices are still going to be way more higher than anything you've seen. But so like just FYI, guys, it's insane. But like everyone's freaking out that the world's going to end. Guys, it ain't going to end. Okay. I'm just letting you know, if prices go down 25%, you will make the same or most likely more money than you did before. The problem comes when a guru who legit doesn't do deals anymore, they spend all day on their private Zoom. They spend all day on their private Zoom of how to wholesale. I don't know why your phone's going. I put it on silent. That's crazy. Whatever. I know it's crazy. Here, I could just mute it.
You're gonna slam it against the wall.
No, I'm gonna mute. I could mute it. Here, let me put on do not disturb. All right, you're fine. All right, where's do not disturb on here? Whatever, I got it.
Isn't it funny? Like they threw out the 70% model like during their big run, and now they're telling you got to bring it back.
No, a lot of gurus kept it. But what I can tell you, you're fine now.
I probably won't really
they don't
anything on.
No, it's fine. What I'm telling you is these gurus, they add the 70% because they think that's what's going to work now because they've never been through anything. And what I can tell you is, yes, real estate might go down 25%, but these gurus and a lot of people sometimes act like this, that real estate's going to go down 25% in a day. It's like 1% every other week for a year straight. Like it's not like instant, right?
No.
It's not instant, right? It's everyone thinks like it's like the stock market that it goes to whoosh. No, okay. At most I've seen on real estate, and this is the history of real estate in the United States, 5% a month is like pushing it for a year straight. That's usually doesn't even happen.
A long time.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But the worst case scenario real estate can really have, this is worst. Like the United States goes to war, and there's a world war, bad stuff's happening. We're at 5%. Real estate goes down 5% every month for a year straight. That was like 2008 times 10, right? It's not going to happen. But it might go down 1% for a month for a year straight. And for 2 years, it might go down 1% until it hits 25%, which that might happen. Guess what? It's just hilarious. But
if you're buying at today's value, if it goes down 1 or 2% and you're wholesaling, it's not going to make a difference.
You lock it up for lower.
If you guys switch to the 70% model, you're out of business because you have to do deals constantly to feed your pipeline, because this is what we do for a living. And it's a very corporate type of rule. I've been in this business a long time. I'm telling you, real estate goes up slowly and it goes down even slower. I said right here on this channel, by the fall into the year, we're going to feel some pain. Why? Because it takes time. I know it takes 6 to 12 months to wash out.
Wholesalers don't feel the pain. It's the owners that feel the pain.
You know who feels the pain? People that have only been in this market in complete up cycles. And now they're just guessing. So let's pull the panic switch. I heard someone said that basically the whole market's falling apart. You need to do this and that. I'm just like,
it's funny.
It's guys, we have some soft spots. Don't get me wrong. Inventory is going up. Mortgage rates are going up. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out what's going on here. So here's the deal. 2023 will be a down year, but like by the end of the year, it's going to be picking back up again. It doesn't matter if you're wholesaling. It doesn't matter. You can do it at the tippy top. By the way, do you think people made money in wholesaling the last 2 or 3 years? Yes or no?
Everyone did.
Yeah. That was at the tippy top. Same thing happens at the very bottom and all along the points in between. What we're saying is values move. You just got to be more educated and closer tied to your values. If you change your offer rate, you're trying to insulate yourself and protect yourself. That only works if you're doing flipping, long terms, like you're doing some sort of speculation. Wholesaling is risk adverse. That's the whole purpose of why you do it. So 70%, if you want to do like 1 out of every 500 deals,
I'll tell you this.
go for it.
I'm gonna get in trouble saying this, and
Do it then.
I've gotten in trouble so many times. I don't know. I don't get in trouble. I don't live with you. You can't put me in my room. But here's the
I can
truth.
lock the door.
There is not one guru out here promoting the 70% model. So every single guru right now currently that's promoting that 70% model, every single one, and I'm not stuttering when I say this, has not posted an assignment check this past month. None of them. What does that mean? They don't wholesale for real. And when they don't know what wholesaling is, they're out of touch with reality because they don't run a real business.
Yeah.
Because if they run a real business, like if we start doing the 70% model because the guru told me, I'd be like, wow, we're going from 15 deals a month to 4. What's going on? Yeah. Oh, all the sellers are not okay with the 70%. I would be like, oh, we need to switch this. So when I go on a live, I'd be like, well, it's not working, guys. Guess what? They don't run a legit business. They don't know what works. They don't know if 90% works. They don't know if 60%. They don't. So the ones that are broke, they don't wholesale at all. They promote the 70% because they don't wholesale for real. I run a legit business. We do virtual wholesaling everywhere. We know what works. We do everything around the country. I know what works and what doesn't. The 70% rule, the people that are promoting it don't ever post checks that they do because they're fake. They're gurus. What do you expect?
Well, listen, if over my 20 years, if you go back and look what I contract properties and what the value was at the time, I mean, the numbers all over the board. Like I can give you averages. I'd tell you less than probably 2 to 3% of them were 70% or less. So that means I would have missed out on 97% of my business. And guys, keep in mind, I did this in 08, 09, 10, 11, and 12. What was that? The values were severely down. But if I offered 70 cents a dollar on everything, it wouldn't have worked. So you just got to be more in tune with the comps in your market or the market you're doing. I don't care if it's locally or virtually, and just stay in touch and understanding prices are coming down so you can anticipate the number. But please do not be talking to your customers about buying property 70 cents on the dollar, because they will never, ever even go for that theory, even if they decided on that number. So talk about the numbers, talk about the comps. I see a lot of you guys posting, what's the right number? Every market's different. Okay. Some people got away in the high 90s in this last run.
Well, we do have one. So I will say it is never changed for a while. 70% works for ARV minus repairs multiplied by 70% of ARVs below 120,000. That usually works really well. Correct. And that's
because they're smaller numbers.
But that's hard too.
Account for the
sometimes
numbers.
It's even 75. Like it's weird. Like when the house is like 100.
But what if somebody's at 71? Are we going to kick them? Like it's not. There's just some things that you can't.
Yeah, but so it's 70% there. It's about 80% when it gets above 120 to maybe 200, 250 ish. It's a moving number. It really is for every market.
Wholesaling, you should know what your buyers are want to pay for it. And remember, if there's a spread and you can minimize your risk, take it down.
And then 83% is usually 250 and above.
Yeah.
Once you start hitting 300, you're going to have to be at 84, 85%. But it's insane. These gurus that try their little percent because they just don't wholesale.
But these are the same people who said there's no change. Everyone's buying. Guys, all this stuff's recorded. You go back and check it yourself. I said there's going to be a downward trend, but you can't predict exactly where it is. And the thing is, like anything else, you can't overreact to a market. You can't. Real estate moves slow. It moves slow. Motivated sellers, you have to move fast. That's what we teach you to do. But like let me ask you, if you're off 2% on your comp, is it really going to make that big of a difference? Because how long are you going to own that? First of all, you're not technically own it. You have the rights to the contract and you're selling the contract. And we teach you can get out of the contract if it doesn't work.
Within the inspection period.
So what's the things we're doing different now? We have more flexible terms when we write our contracts because we got to make sure that we can get the thing sold for the right price. So this 70%, I used to laugh at it back in 2003. And now I got people that have never been in a down market going to tell me exactly this is how you need to do it, even though I've got no experience doing it. It's reckless and it's careless because if you averaged out what these people actually did, they're probably going to be anywhere from like 76 to 84, 85% on their discounts. And now they're telling you to change it. Change it. It's going to put you on the sideline for the next year and a half.
It drives me crazy.
So it's, guys, 70%. I thought it was nuts when I was taught that in 2003. And I only got a few deals off that number. And the more I said, listen, if I can make a profit and minimize my risk, I'm going all in on this. And so, guys, do not hang your number on a percentage. I never sit there and calculate the percentage. I only calculate my profit and I correlate it with my risk. So you can either be a mathematician, which is, if you're a wholesaler, you shouldn't be. You need to be a people person, someone that can solve problems. That's what you want to do. That's how you make money. When you start getting set in boxes, you're going to get killed in this business. Okay. As values go up, and they're going up in every state, the disparity gets bigger with the percentages. And a lot of gurus aren't teaching this stuff. You just have to stay in touch with the comps. So if I know comps are trending down, then I know that like this is the highest it's going to get, and it's only going to go down from here. So once you understand that, for the most part across the entire country, prices are leveling out or they're dropping.
But it's not the end of it. It's like maybe 5-10%, but like the cost of real estate. So
people are not just going to leave these states, these very high metro areas. They're going to have more options.
But you can get better discounts than the buyers find. So the last statement here before we get some more one-on-ones, I do want to mention, I do want to make a statement, and I'm a visual learner. So I do want to give things to the visual learners, but I do want to explain, guys, that
you've got like memorization down though.
These gurus are trash.
Okay.
Trash. Their offer formula is trash. So understand that.
It just like, you can't run a business based on a percentage of what you're going to offer. The whole business model of wholesaling is to find a difference on what your cash buyers will pay, what you contract it for, and minimize your risk. It was never designed on a 70% model. That model, for full clarity, was offered under the fix and flip world. Ready for this? Under the whole Carlton Sheets and everybody else. That was a 70s and 80s models. And somehow, what are we?
1972, this book.
We're here 50 years later, and now we're going to refer back to this model.
George Bach was buying houses in Detroit for $4,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Different time. All right. So I'm just FYI. Okay. We were buying houses in Miami for $15,000. Like, sure, 70% works, but like these gurus, they just don't know.
So guys, instead of doing a percentage offer formula, which I've never done because it's all over the board. If I tell you 70%, it doesn't fit, it means you're not going to do a lot of deals.
We do have one.
If I tell you 85%, how about this? Find stuff that has a spread in it and you minimize the risk. You have a guaranteed buyer, and then you set a minimum profit level. It's really that simple.
But you can do that. So what I will tell you though, straight up, is our formula does work. And that's the one I do recommend, the 70, 80, 83, 85, but it still does change a little. So it just drives me crazy. And then the last thing I'll tell you about our offer formula, and I've not wavered once on this because I know it legit works. The same gurus tell you it's ARV multiplied by 70% minus repair cost, which is like such a weird way to multiply it, because that's not how cash buyers look at it, right? Oh, I want to get a percentage off the ARV. No, cash buyers want to get a percentage off of what the thing's worth, right? Because they care about their spread. So when I there's one guru that did like one did 80%. So they did ARV minus 80% minus repair cost minus wholesale fee. Like, hold up. Your wholesale fee should be something, but like if my wholesale fee is 1,000, I'm taking it. If my wholesale fee is 100,000, I'm taking it. I don't care. It's a fugazi. It's a fake number, right? It's an imaginary number in the air. Until a cash buyer signs the assignment, it doesn't work. So guys, it drives me crazy because what is a house worth? ARV minus repairs, right?
That's it.
ARV is what the house is worth on the market right now today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it needs a $25,000 roof, let's take 25,000. That's what the house is worth on the market, right? Yeah. It's crazy, but like that's what works. It's crazy when a guru says, no, you have to take ARV minus. No, guys, because the cash buyer's like, what's this thing worth on the market?
Yeah,
I want to buy that for 25% off of it. And then they're okay with it. Just these gurus drive me crazy.
Guys, do not like, you can sit here and play with the numbers all you want. You got to talk to people, find motivation, find a spread, find a solid cash buyer that you vetted, see what your difference is, minimize your risk, and then you can move forward. I've done deals, ready for this, that made me a whopping $1,500 because I had zero risk. And so according to that formula, I would have never done it. Now, back then I had to take what I can get. Now there's some things I won't look at anything under like 25 grand only because I've been doing this 20 years. In the beginning, guys, I looked at everything. I didn't care.
Well,
Like,
our team has to look at everything. under
correct.
25
So
grand.
it's about minimizing
Yeah.
risk. Wholesale is always about minimizing your risk. If you're going to buy off of a 70 or 72% number, that was designed for rehabbers and flippers that were speculating for the long haul because they have to anticipate long times between market changes. Wholesaling, we don't have that. The most you have usually is 30 to 45 days. And the most that property can change is 1 or 2%. And if you're buying on that thin of margins, it's probably not a good wholesale deal anymore. So let's just end this debate. Let's be practical. We can sit here on the weeds on numbers all the time. Unless they share their average discount over the last 10 years, or maybe over the last year that they've been wholesaling, because a lot haven't been.
They won't
doing it
post
more
a
than that.
check. They won't post a check. They don't do this business for real.
You just don't see it. So it's, I don't know. Let's move on. Let's help some
yeah, I'm
people
just
out.
telling you, it drives me crazy. But I do have to rant it because these gurus are coming out with like their imaginary. It just drives me crazy. But yeah.
I just think they're running out of stuff to talk about. So why don't we
can
talk
do it.
about like working on deals, helping people, and do one-on-ones like we do?
Yeah. So let's do another one. Let's talk to Jose.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
I like
Hey,
the Hester jersey.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm
Devin
from the
has-
Chicago area, but I currently live in San Diego now. So,
Oh, dude, you got that's nice, man. You picked like the perfect weather mecca of the United States, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
What temperature is it there outside right now?
Oh, it's so hot right now. I think it's like 89 degrees, but I'm by the beach, so that's like super abnormal. So like,
yeah. You
all
guys are
these
having
buildings
you're
don't
having a
have
heat
AC.
wave, right?
Oh my word.
Yeah.
So are you
It's
seeing
really-
any of the rolling blackouts? Is that like a myth or is it real?
No, it's real. We get alerts on our phones to conserve energy. So they plan these blackouts. They do it on purpose so the whole power grid doesn't go out
What?
completely.
Yeah, they have they have a rolling blackout, and they've told
For how
anybody
long?
that as long as the heat wave
It's
goes
been
on,
like
right?
this. It's been like this for like 9 days straight.
When was the last blackout you had?
Well, personally, it affects different neighborhoods. So they'll do like
I read about.
these
I was
plans.
listening to that on the radio, but I was like, what?
And in California, because I'm familiar with the Tesla Powerwalls, you can sign an agreement with the state of California, whoever runs that, and then they access.
Yeah.
They give you a discount or something like that, and then they access the Powerwalls for the grid, not your home. Crazy. And then they sent out a memo. Am I correct that please stop plugging in your electric vehicles, but make sure you don't buy a gas one? I'm just like, oh.
That's crazy. How can I help you out? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to give you a quick background, I'm a beginner. I haven't had a wholesale deal at all, but it's something that I have been interested in, and I found out maybe like about wholesaling in general, like early last year. And so I used to live in Indiana, and I moved out here in San Diego literally a year ago, September of last year. So after a year of like living here, I just transferred my job through Costco and stuff. And, I just kind of wanted a change in my life. And I have an uncle that lives out here, and he's a real estate agent and has a brokerage as well, or he's a broker. And so that's kind of like what sparked my motivation to even like go into real estate and how I found wholesaling in general. And so basically, I kind of like looked at him as like inspiration and a mentor, somebody that he moved out of Indiana like 17 years ago, changed his life completely through real estate. And he kind of lives the lifestyle that, that you guys would, we kind of all talk about, having time and freedom, like out of the matrix is what I call it, working a 9 to 5 and stuff like that. So that was all very appealing to me, and so he's more of like a realtor, and so he's like, get your license and stuff like that. And so that's what I actually just started that maybe mid-August. So I'm doing like some online coursework and stuff for a real estate license here in California. But at the same time, what I've like learned through watching like some of your videos, and I actually just discovered you guys a few weeks ago. But you know, I see like wholesaling as a great way to take action now versus just like studying a bunch of course textbooks and stuff like that, which I do enjoy like learning, and I feel like I'm a pretty good student. But at the same time, I'm like eager to take action, and I know like two things that you need like in anything that you do is the belief and taking action, and that's something that I feel like I'm prepared to do. But just to my main question, I guess it's like kind of two part. Um, One, I am just trying to see what my market would be, and I know like in San Diego and some of the videos that I've seen like from you guys, like it's a very difficult, highly competitive market, and so that's kind of like where I'm at is like choosing my market. And where I'm from Northwest Indiana, like nearby Chicago, like south of Gary. And so um, I was looking into like that market, and I know that there's so many more distressed properties that are a lot cheaper than out here. And so that's kind of like I was thinking of maybe going like virtual in my home market. So that was like kind of like my first question, and then I guess like my second one is kind of like where should I put a lot of my energy more too? Because I kind of have like um, this like feeling that I want to like do both, right? Like I want to continue studying, like doing my coursework for attaining a license here in California. Because my main goal is to not necessarily be a salesman. I want to be like an overall real estate investor, and something that I want to develop passive income and create assets for my family in the future. You know, so it's not necessarily like I want to sell houses. It's just the main thing that got me into real estate in general is that appeal of uh, you know, creating your own worth, and uh, getting out of this system where I'm working for somebody. You know, I've been with Costco for quite a while now, and I'm very grateful for what it's got me so far in life. You know, but I am ready for a change. You know, so I guess more or less I'm just kind of trying to figure out where to place my energy and to take
Okay.
action.
Well, first off, you're not going to run away from sales, because even as a real estate investor, sales is every part of the journey there. The money is
Right.
made on the sales. You even have to sell yourself to an employee if you're going to have people do it for you. You got to think of your end goal, because it seems like you have two goals in mind, and that's going to run away your effort. So if your goal is to be an
Right.
agent in San Diego, do that. If your goal is to make wholesaling what you want to do, go virtual in Indiana. You have to choose what you want to do. You can do both. It's going to stress you hard. The top guys and gals in California, like I look at the 1%, which is what you should always strive for. They're working 80, 90 hours a week, especially San Diego.
especially in the beginning.
So you won't be able to wholesale if you want to be at that point, which you shouldn't give up if that's what you're doing. So you got to choose what you want to do. I think that's honestly up to you. Can make $1 million both ways. Wholesaling is a lot easier to make $1 million. You can make $1 million in wholesaling while working really 7-8 hours a week. As a real estate agent with the same amount of employees, you're still working 80, 90 hours. So it's ultimately you have to make that decision. If you're, uncle, right?
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
Is he a 1% agent?
I don't think so. I know COVID kind of redirected like his whole sales. He had agents and stuff at one point, but then he ended up just going completely working at home. And
Last 365 days.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Last 365 days. Is he a 1% agent?
No,
top
I
1%
believe
agent?
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't look at him as like where you can look at him where you want to be, but you got to understand, if you want to be at a point where you're making, let's say, at least $500,000 a year, that is at minimum. How is $500,000 at let's say 2.5, because you got to pay your brokerage, right? Let's say $500,000. That's about $20 million at $500,000 of real estate you have to sell. And at the average home, let's say in San Diego, you're going to sell it for 900K.
You should have more than that.
That's more than that. Let's say you probably have to do 20 deals a year just to make $500,000. That's not bad, but that's a lot of work, because how much work is one deal going to take you, right? Most agents are full at one deal, right? With their marketing. So you just got to make that decision for yourself.
Yeah.
That's $500,000. Once you get at $1 million, you're doing 40 plus deals in San Diego, which is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to make the decision for you, because
it seems like he does a lot more of luxury properties that do take time. And so I would say maybe about 10 deals a year or so. I think that's kind of like where he's at.
Let me ask you this. Is this your uncle, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You get along with him, you respect him, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He helped me transition, moving here and everything.
So he's a family member. He's helped you out. I'm just going to ask you a blunt question. You can answer it how you want. Would you want to be in his shoes, like right now? Just answer it honestly, yes or no. I'm talking about financially. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have to make decisions, because doing both, you're going to drive yourself nuts.
Yeah.
Right. And I already find myself that in the past week trying to going through the free wholesaling.com.
So number one, you have to make a decision, and it's got to be a decision. I can't make it for you. Zach can't make you. It's your decision. But I always tell people, what is your inspiration on getting a realtor's license? What's your methodology on getting it? You've already started it, correct?
Yeah, I just started. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you're getting it and you're not sure which way you're going to go, you might want to take a look at the whole thing. You don't need a license to do real estate. You need a license to sell real estate of other people's listings. And you just got to kind of make that decision, because again, a lot of people get into wholesaling and go, well, I'm going to get a license because I can double dip. You can't. You can, but it usually shuts down your entire wholesaling business, because we talked about selling 10 or 20 homes in like the San Diego area. Dude, it's a lot of work. Like that is more salesy, in my opinion, than any other job you can take. I'll let you know, wholesaling, it's not salesy. It's just you use your skills to market, you use your skills to talk to people. There's still sales involved, but correct me if I'm wrong, Zach. It takes more salesmanship, sales quality to be a realtor than a wholesaler by far. And if you're already telling me you don't like sales, you're already answering some of the question for you.
And the last part is, if you're in it for the money, maybe just be an agent, because the reason is, like, the amount of money I make in wholesaling, I do the same thing as an agent. But the issue is, I do it for the free. Like, I don't only want to work, and sounds lazy, I want to only work 10 hours a week at most in wholesaling.
No.
But I have the employees and stuff. I can do it, right? Because I want to do other things. As a real estate agent, it's very hard to do that. I could really look at it. Real estate agents that run other businesses that do millions of dollars, outside of like Ryan Serhant and like some of the bigger guys that do like coaching and stuff, they can't really do it because they're in that business. And unfortunately, I got into wholesaling so I don't have to work a job. So I can work 5-10 hours a week. Once you're a real estate agent, it's a job, right? There's no passive income being built there. You are literally as good as your last listing. And to a point, it is literally a job being an agent. So I'm just this is biased. You're talking to wholesalers, but it's a job. And when I have to go have a seller, a buyer's agent, the buyers, you got to go through the rigmarole with other agents. It's a job. I really hate to say it, but like, it's a job.
It's your decision. Yeah. In my opinion, when wholesalers go into, I'm going to be a full-time wholesaler, and they go, but I'm going to get my license so I can double dip. 9 times out of 10, that's their backup plan. And 90% of the time, that's where they'll wind up. Because in my opinion, when you have a backup plan, it usually becomes your predominant plan because you've given your mind an option. And that's the challenge with it. I got no problems with you being a realtor. I got no problems with the realtor. You're actually in one of the higher end markets. It is going to take some time to get your foot established. So here's what I would do.
Yeah.
Giving you honest opinion, okay? Because I don't have anything to tell you. Go sit down with your uncle and expand on this conversation. And go back from when he first started real estate in the San Diego area and see what it took, like his first couple of years of the journey, and see what kind of income he was doing.
And I want you to look at how, like, you can actually look up realtors, how many deals they've done in the past year. And I want you to calculate what he's actually done. A lot of people, sometimes family members, and I'm saying this sweetly, I'm not saying about him, but for people watching us, they'll go brag that they're making all this money. You really look them up. And yes, it's gangster. They sold $5 million worth of real estate. But you do the math on what $5 million worth of real estate sales is at 2.5%. And that's not without even marketing costs, right?
Yep.
Gangster balling out. That's what's 2.5% on 5 million? It's like 125K a year, and you have marketing costs.
And your broker takes a cut of it.
You might be 100K. So yes, it does sound like you're balling at selling $5 million. Now, I'm not saying about your uncle, but like when a real estate, like a lot of people think it's really sexy selling a lot in real estate, but like it's all about net income at the end of the day. So just make sure you can verify from everyone how much they're making, how much they're working, and see if that's what you want.
And talk to your uncle and talk to them about the beginning journey. And you're going to have to weigh your option because at the end of the day, it's your decision. You just try not to split yourself because it's hard. And, we're biased. Wholesaling, the upside is it's a challenge to start, but so is being a real estate agent, kind of the same struggle.
You think it's saturated.
But I will tell you, wholesaling it's got way more upside.
Yeah.
It's got way more upside and more freedom on it. So you're going to have to make a decision. You got to do what's like right for you. But people who want to be active, like listing agents and wholesalers at the same time, you rarely see that work. So I own like an estate agency, but I don't run it, operate it, or do anything with it. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it takes like 2 years to make them profitable.
Yeah, I am like torn on it because it's like I feel like I have a great opportunity to learn and have him be as like a mentor, and him having like a brokerage. I feel like. Yeah, I feel like that's
luxury broker.
So find a way if you can work with him, and if it scratches your itch and fills your passion. Like, listen, not everyone has to do what I want. Like, I would like to see you in wholesaling, but if your heart's not in it 100%, you're not going to do well in it. So you have to make that decision, and once you make that decision, if you want to come back to us, we'll tell you.
Yeah, I guess like a part of like my big motivation to do wholesaling is more or less I feel like I'm very good at just talking to people and kind of like settling problems, and I feel like I am good at problem solving and like kind of just bringing it down to like a normal conversation instead of like pitching a sale to somebody. And I don't know, I guess that's just kind of like where I feel I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to really go into sales like that, I feel like it'd be a little rewarding to, I feel like it'd be a little more rewarding in a way to like just help somebody get out of like a mess. And
I can help you out. I would say wholesaling, but honestly, my heart's telling me you should probably try both. It's going to be very hard to do it, but it's hard to give two things your full attention. So you got to look at it. All I can tell you is I went full into wholesaling. Actually, I was 75-25 because I did have a job, all this stuff. But like, once I knew it was working, I went all in. I dove.
And Jose, you've got to embrace the word sales because it's in everything you do in life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, everything. That's true. And another thing too is I feel, living here in California, it's all I do is work and hustle, and I'm not afraid to do that. You know what I mean? I feel like wholesaling in a way kind of would give me that fulfillment in a way. And
it's the same thing.
It definitely is. And I know like what you guys mean by that, but I feel like it is a little more like day-to-day task and like what you do daily. I feel like going through a list and stuff like that, like those type of activities are a little more like rewarding to me in a way. It's kind of like
you gotta make the decision yourself. We can't tell you what to do. You got to do it
for sure.
That's our decision I'm going to make for you.
Yeah, that's our best advice. So
I definitely
I'd say try both.
I definitely appreciate you guys' advice. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and get this real estate license, but I'm definitely not gonna stop, consuming like information on how to wholesale. And my main thing is what was like, what has prevented me from actually taking action in wholesale was just choosing my market. And now I feel like I dialed it down to, I'm gonna go virtual in Indiana because I do have a lot of resources there, other friends that are in the industry there, and I just feel like I could have a lot of success in that
Take
area
action.
virtually. Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
So yeah, so hopefully next time I talk to you guys, I'm talking about actual wholesale deal and stuff. So
All right. Well, let me know.
Yep.
Appreciate it, bro.
See you.
yeah, thank you for your time.
Of course.
No problem, man.
Boom. All right. All right, guys. That is the Bull method. We got to ask here real quick how to hop on a video call. I mentioned this at the beginning. Go to the beginning of this video.
He's down in the corner.
You got to go to. Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Just bring him on real quick.
There you go. Now you've learned how to get on.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How's it going?
Doing all right.
What's up? How can I help you out?
Yeah, just need a little bit of advice. I'm still struggling to get my first deal. I've been following your channel for a while, so I've been trying to do some of your tactics, driving for dollars, looking at probates and all that. But I've got a couple properties under contract, but it's just real hard to either find a buyer or
What market?
through like a lot of these, because I'm in Connecticut, so highly saturated market.
Where in Connecticut?
I'm in New Haven County.
Okay. It's not bad. I literally had to research all of Connecticut yesterday for that video. So, so you say you're having a problem with buyers, or is buyers, right?
Yeah, that too. Like, because I know I was just hearing your formula, and you were saying that don't follow the 70%, but the investors out here, they want to ARV times 75, 65% minus repairs. It's kind of crazy, and so a lot of these sellers, they're not trying to take that such a low offer. So I just kind of been struggling to.
All right. So what do I always say? I always say if you can't sell a deal, it's two things: you haven't locked up for too much, or you haven't talked to enough buyers. How many buyers have you talked to the last deal you had in a contract? Qualified, tangible. How many? Proof of funds.
Like a good 10.
10. So you got 10 proof of funds.
Yeah.
And they all said we have to be at 65% of the ARV.
It's 75, 65, and then like a lot.
Did they say it's 75% for them of ARV, or was it 75% of what you thought the ARV was?
For them, they're saying. So they want ARV times 75 minus repairs, and it's just,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they can then go figure out how to be wholesalers, because that stuff
they can do it.
It's
what the market
exists.
demand.
Yeah, it doesn't exist on the market though.
Well, it does exist when it's a lower price. New Haven. What kind of properties are talking? New Haven, like cheaper or more expensive?
Somewhere in the middle. Like a lot of the buyers that I'm looking for, they're looking for multi-family properties. And
What was the ARV of the last property put under contract?
The ARV was around 375. Repairs were around 40K.
Okay, and how did you find these cash buyers? These 10?
Facebook.
So you're only going off of one pool of cash buyers, and I feel like that's going to be your biggest issue.
Okay.
Did you ask all these cash buyers how many properties they bought in the past year for cash?
No, I haven't. I didn't.
No, you haven't. So you probably weren't talking to legit cash buyers. They might give you a proof of funds. Was it proof of funds in their bank account?
Yeah, one of them, like I met up with one of them. He showed me his account. So he did have the proof of funds.
I will tell you, I would not take any grain of salt unless someone's actually bought at least 2 deals for cash and flipped them.
Okay.
There's a difference between having a proof of funds and actually flipping houses. You're only going after one pool, and you went after the shadiest pool of cash buyers, unfortunately. Facebook groups. And you get a proof of funds letter. So what I would say is you go after where the legit ones are. Where are the legit cash buyers? For rents, because they're actually buying rental properties in their own formulas, or cash sales. People are actually flipping properties. So that's what I'd say. I think you're talking to the wrong cash buyers that aren't really buying anything. They're freaked out and they want to be at 75% because they're listening to somebody. The legit cash buyers, even the ones that like do the bigger pocket stuff, they're still buying at legit prices. At 400K, they're still trying to make 40, 50K. So I'll do cash sales and for rents.
And whenever I'm talking with a cash buyer, I just offer them a number and tell them what they think. They can spell like, I want to buy, 70 cents on the dollar. Listen, that's like a pipe dream. Like it's hard for us to even to do it. So always offer your number and just see how they react to it. I never get into percentages with sellers because it's when you get in bigger numbers, when the numbers are bigger, the difference can get so much wider. So just talk about a number and at worst, see what they'll negotiate with you, but never get into, hey, what are you buying it for? What percentage it is? It's either kind of a yes or a no, and see what their experience level is in buying these properties.
You're only going after one marketing strategy for it.
Well-
This is the same thing when somebody comes after me and they say, I can't get any deals, but I'm only going after this specific list. You got to broaden it.
Okay. I've also I remember you saying like to look up We Buy Houses like on Google and look up like, the wholesalers, cash buyers that, try to find properties there. So I've been doing that also, and they're kind of around the same, formula
How many
where
properties did they buy last couple months?
that I don't know. I just
You got to ask. Go to
okay.
freewholesaling.com. We have our full questions to ask a cash buyer. I'd also go to your title company and get those because they're legit.
Yeah, Connecticut closing attorney state. So
Okay, go to the attorney.
Okay.
And ask them.
Okay. And
You got to
and-
talk to legit people, unfortunately. Yeah. And the most legit ones are the ones that are buying properties for cash, hence cold calling cash sales.
And just work on getting, the best price possible, like going for the no, and then work on finding the right quality cash buyers. Sometimes you just get wave of bad cash buyers. We get it all the time. I know they're a little bit more demanding, but listen, prices are dropping and you should be adjusting your offers accordingly. I just don't want the people to be stuck and married to a number. Like, so if I get this under contract for 300, I want someone to pay me 315. Who cares what the percentages are? You got to get them locked up a little bit cheaper as prices adjust, and just find a different pool of cash buyers. And this is always a trial and error. You just got to keep going until you find the right mix of them,
I agree.
Okay. And just a couple more questions. Just any other marketing advice you could give me? Because like I said, I'm just
Well, I don't know what your marketing is.
still, man.
What's your marketing?
Cold calling, driving for dollars.
Do you do reverse drawing for dollars?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Do that. That's my advice.
Gotcha. All right.
Anything that I said on this video, I would do.
Okay.
On the end of this video, I said cold call cash sales, reverse drive for dollars, and the triple threat sticky notes. So anything I said in this bowl method, do it. That's my advice.
And then one last thing. I'm not sure why, but every time I try to post something in your group, it never goes through or never posts.
What do you try to post?
Either I've tried to post deals before or I just ask questions, but nothing.
So let's break this down on the rules. I'm gonna pop it up for you. So on the Facebook group, rule number, I got the rules for you. Okay. So rule number 7, all deals you post must have an address.
Yeah, I've done that also.
And was it in the cash buyers group?
I'll just post it right in the main group.
So there's a subgroup called Post Your Deals Here.
Oh, okay.
Which has 4,000 people in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
We do it to organize it
there.
because the feed gets so long with it. So nobody can read
if the address isn't on and it's not in the group, the subgroup, it's not going to be posted.
Okay. And
just read the rules, and it's in the description of the rule that it has to have an address and be in the subgroup. So read the rules before you post.
Gotcha. But even when I ask questions, though, it doesn't go through.
What was the question?
I'll just say, hey, I'll just.
What was specifically the question?
I'll just say anybody looking for deals in Connecticut, or I'll just announce myself. Yeah, I'm in Connecticut. Anybody looking to partner or anything like that. It just doesn't go through. I don't know.
What value does that put?
Well, I figure I just announce myself and see if I find anybody around.
Listen, I'm not faulting it for it, but with almost 70,000 members, if everyone posts that every day, no one's going to get any value out of the feed. And that's because
there's no value with that.
It gets so spammy. I'm not knocking it, but I'm just telling you.
There's 3 rules actually in the group. Just value is the last one. No gurus, no selling, just value. There's no value from where my cash buyer's at. There's no value from that post. Because there's no values that I'm in Connecticut. Who wants to connect? You connect on the comments. You don't make a post on connecting. That's spam. And then rule 10, no spam allowed. It's all in there. So yeah,
We do it to give you guys the best value we can. Sorry if you think it penalizes you,
but if there's no
if
value
everybody
from
post it,
we
then
don't-
we're
yeah.
not going to have a Facebook group, because that's all 70,000 people. If they post it 3 times a day, and then some of these have VAs, it's really like 10,000.
Actually, go to another
posts.
wholesaling group that doesn't do it and watch.
It's bad.
You get none.
It's real.
So-
and you're going to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Work in the comments here. Come to the live. We do this to make it. Remember, we don't charge anything for what we do, but we have to put rules because we're not selling anything, and we don't want to sit here for 10 hours and remove
lastly,
spam
where my
comments.
cash buyer's at is not a question. I'm just being honest. So yeah, that's why we're saying if there's no value to be provided from a post, it'll not go through.
Okay, understood.
All
Thank
right?
you.
Just read
Okay,
the
man.
rules.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank
So a lot of people think that's harsh, but I do only have 3 rules basically. Well, I have other rules, but like it's just no grooves allowed, no selling, and you got to provide value. If there's not going to be value from everyone from that post, what's the point? I'm not going to let you allow a post where only 2% of the wholesalers in that group are going to get value out of that, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, but yeah, you got to provide value. That's the point. That's why our group is actually the largest group. It is the largest group by active members because we don't allow spam. So if somebody asks why can't I allow spam, it's just part of it. So guys, make sure you like that button, hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Make sure you go to Wholesaling Houses for real. Go to freewholesaling.com, and tomorrow is going to be a fun one about probates tomorrow.
Oh,
So
yeah, all about it.
it'll be a fun one, guys.
Jump
So-
on. If you guys that missed the live on it, I'll be on tomorrow 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'll take mental note right here.
appreciate it.